Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, welcome back. John Kearns, Mike Martin here in the press box. It's homecoming, and Mike, you have the announcement. Who is the 2021 homecoming queen?
Yeah, that would be Natalie Perkins. Got the vote for the homecoming queen, so congratulations to Natalie.
Okay. I think right now we'll go down to the field to Brad Bannister, who has the field mic, and we'll get the national anthem and any other announcements.
Sideline man in the business.
Right now we have the color guard going across the field.
You know, and that's something that they do here at Clyde as far as honoring the veterans and anyone that has served in the military. You know, with the jet and the military bill plaques that are over there, you know, that's something that Clyde really prides itself on. And you know, we've had a few, we had Jeremy Schock, who gave the ultimate sacrifice. He was a player when I was a coach, and, you know, this is something that Clyde really does, you know, put a lot of stock into the service of our military and what they do for our country.
And the Clyde Fliers marching band on the field right now as they wait for the color guard to get in position. Then we'll have our national anthem. Kickoff coming up.
Please remain standing and join in singing the Clyde High School alma mater. And then remain standing and move your hats as we honor our country through the playing of our national anthem.
And as he said, the Clyde alma mater first. Well, before we take our next break, how about any comments from Brad Bannister down the field before we get to the kickoff in about 5 minutes?
Oh, thank you, John. Hey, I'll tell you what a big night tonight down here on the field. I mean, you got the national anthem. You have the homecoming selection with Maddie Perkins, a terrific young lady, along with the other people that are the other young ladies that are on this homecoming court. I had a lot of them in the classroom, and they all are just outstanding young ladies. We have the middle school band here tonight as well, so they're going to be performing along with the varsity band out here. And another big night is the fact that it's Mike Martin's birthday. So happy birthday up there in the booth to the color guy, Mike Martin. We're always glad to be celebrating with you here on the field, Mike.
Well, thank you very much, Brad. I appreciate that. Let me tell you something. Blue Collar Bistro, who is the sponsor for us up here in the press box for our food that we have, you know, they must have known it was my birthday as well because they hooked us up big time, John.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much for the food. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and get the kickoff. It's Norwalk at Clyde here tonight on 92.1 The Wolf.
This is the UIS Insurance and Investments pregame show. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs. We are counting you down to tonight's kickoff on the BAS Sports Radio Network.
Your family, the car that you bought when you were 18, the house you turned into a home. UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. As an independent insurance agency, UIS Insurance and Investments is able to design a custom policy that's unique to you and assures that all things you love are safe and sound. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Hello, it's Pete with Sunrise. Man, I love this time of year, but I also love heat when I want it. At Sunrise, we monitor our tanks via a satellite. Yes, that's right. We know exactly how much propane is in your tank. That means we know when to fill your tank back up before you are in any threat of running out. With Sunrise, you can rest assured you will have heat when you want it. So call Sunrise, get set up with your propane needs, and enjoy the season. Sunrise Cooperative. Success grows here.
Miller Super Value in Clyde is the place to shop for great savings on groceries. Each week, hundreds of items are discounted to help you save even more. Check out their expanded meat department. For a great supper, shop Miller's extensive deli for fried chicken, wings, great salads, and side dishes. Take and Big Pizza and fresh daily sushi are now available. Miller Super Value, your hometown grocery, is proud of our Clyde Fliers. Go Flyers!
Are you overpaying on your monthly car payment? Consider refinancing with Firelands Federal Credit Union. When you refinance an auto loan with Firelands Federal Credit Union, a team of financial professionals work to help you lower your interest rate, decrease your monthly payment, or pay off your auto loan faster. Plus, now through November 6, 2021, when you refinance an auto loan to Firelands Federal Credit Union, they'll make your first payment and you'll receive a $150 gas card. Apply online or schedule an appointment to get started at firelandsfcu.org or by calling 1-800-276-5775 today.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, welcome back. John Kearns along with Mike Martin here in the press box. I'm filling in for John Cullen tonight. On the field will be Brad Bannister in our Frickers sideline reports. Hey, we'd like to thank Sunrise Cooperative because they're going to sponsor every touchdown tonight. And with every touchdown scored, another $100 will be donated to the Fueling the Cure. All right, Fueling the Cure is a campaign for food-based research at The Ohio State University for those affected with cancer. For more information, go on to the website of fuelingthecure.org. All right, Mike, the Clyde Fliers. Let's talk about their offense and their talented quarterback, Jaden Cook. So far this year, 103 out of 156 in passing, over 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns.
And when you look at that, he's throwing 66% and only had 4 interceptions. So, you know, he's very accurate when he throws the ball. And one thing about Jaden Cook, it's just not his throwing ability, but if he gets flushed out of the pocket, he has the ability to run as well.
He has 92 yards of net rushing this year, which is pretty good for a quarterback because, you know, they take some sacks or, you know, some losses there. In the backfield, Michael Daniels, about 900 yards, actually 899, 15 touchdowns as a running back.
Yeah, he's number 3 in the conference right now overall. And Mike Daniels is one of those kids that it takes more than just one person to bring down. And when Michael Daniels is having a good game, that opponent's defense had better look out.
And 4 very talented receivers led by Brady Wilson. Boy, 34 catches in 8 games.
Yeah, and he's number 1 in the conference as well. So you've got Jaden Cook, the number 1 passer in the conference. You've got Brady Wilson, the number 1 receiver in the conference, and for 675 yards and 4 touchdowns. And you've got Andrew Cabo, who is rated real high in the conference as well. He's about 6, and he's got 354 yards, 4 touchdowns, but his average is 22 yards a catch.
Okay, we talked about Wilson having 34 catches, Caden Olson with 20 catches on the year, Andrew Kalba with 16, and Griffin Knopfs with 15 catches. That's a lot of receptions by those 4 guys.
Yeah, it actually, when you've got the ability to spread it around like that, it's hard for a team to be able to just try to shut one receiver down.
All right, we're just about ready for some football here in Clyde, Ohio. Norwalk coming on the field. They'll have the white jerseys here with the dark blue helmets and the dark blue pants. And for the Flyers tonight, they have the yellow gold helmets, the yellow jerseys, and the blue pants here tonight. Ryan Carter is the head coach, veteran coach, who's not only the football coach but used to be the basketball coach as well and played both those sports here at this high school back in the 90s.
Yeah, when you talk about Coach Carter, Brad mentions it's my birthday. Well, Coach Carter was a player for me back in the day, so and he's been here for quite a while and doing a great job for the Flyers.
All right, so Clyde will kick off from the 40-yard line, and they'll kick off from our left, and Norwalk will get the ball and come from our right to left as we start the football game out. No rain at the moment, but that could change. Hopefully it stays okay until maybe 10:30.
Yeah, the clouds are looking a little bit dark over in the west, but like you say, John, hopefully they stay west and continue to move north.
Angel Guzman will be the kicker from the 40-yard line, and here's the kick to start the football game, and this one's underway. Kind of a short kick, bounding at about the 15, grabbed at the 15 to the 20, 25, and past the 25-yard line for Norwalk, and that's where they will start. And bringing it back will be Jaron McClendon.
Yeah, that's something that that's the first time we've seen Clyde kick fairly deep. Usually they're squibbing the ball or just popping it up in the air, and the opponents are getting really good field position, but that time they kicked it deep, and it seemed to work out pretty well for the Flyers.
All right, so Norwalk will start right in the middle of the field at the 27-yard line. Again, moving from our right to left here. The Flyers on defense to start the football game out. Again, Norwalk only 1 win on the year, but, boy, they played almost everybody very tough this year. Quarterback is Payne Flores, and he'll hand it off. And here's the first play of the game to about the 30-yard line for the ball carrier. And at the bottom of the pile will be 27. Or is that 22? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22, Carson Ballman. So he gets about 3 on that. 2nd down and 7 now for the Norwalk Truckers. Flores hands it off. And going to the right side, not much on that, no gain.
No, they're trying to work the outside. They came to the left side, tried to do a little counter tray where they pulled the guard and tackle to the left, and that time they tried to pull to the right. And not a whole lot going to the outside. That time Walker Britt was right there to make that stop.
All right, 3rd and 7 now for the Truckers. Let's see if Clyde can hold them to a 3-and-out. Flores back to pass, has time, throws it in. A lot of traffic there and almost intercepted by the Flyers on the far side, and it goes incomplete. And it's 4th down in a punting situation for Norwalk.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Brady Wilson coming up and keeping his hand off of the receiver and just using his right hand to bat that ball down. Not a whole lot of pressure. Clyde didn't send much that time, but good defensive play by Wilson.
And a couple deep now to receive this punt. And there is that partially deflected?
I believe it was partially blocked. That was
and it's going to go dead at around the 40-yard line of Norwalk, so very short punt, but I think someone got a hand on it for Clyde. Didn't see who that was.
Yeah, that was a very slow snap, John, going back to the punter. That was kind of floated back there, and Clyde was able to get good penetration and, got some hands up. There were about 3 guys back there, so any one of those 3 could have got their hand on the ball to make a very, very short punt.
So they're going to mark that at the 38-yard line, and Clyde will have the ball 1st and 10. Great field position for their first time with the football here as Jaden Cook is the quarterback in the shotgun. He gets it, turns around, throws it, and there is a catch made, and getting about 6-7 yards is the receiver, and I'm having a little trouble with the numbers. So, yeah, maybe help me out there.
Yeah, I believe that was Wilson that caught that ball.
Okay, because they have white numerals on yellow jerseys, so
yeah, it's kind of
little tough.
So Daniels on that run.
Okay, so Daniels will get it close to a first down. He's going to go right to the 28-yard line. That's where he needed to go for the first down. Let's see if they move the chains, and they will.
Yeah, that was Andrew Cobble that got that first catch. Wilson over on this side, 10 and 11. It's kind of hard to see, like you say, John, with those white numerals.
All right, once again, Jaden Cook is the quarterback. He has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, single setback to his left. Cook looks back toward the Flyer bench, gets the signals. Ball's at the 28-yard line, moving to the right for the Flyers. Cook gets it, and he'll keep it. Nope, he'll throw it, and it's going to be caught. And some yardage, 10-yard line inside the 10 for the receiver there on the right side.
That was Jay Plummer on that reception. They took Jay Plummer out of the backfield that time and just hit him like a long sweep, but it was a pass, and got around that corner. Good yards.
He wears number 1, and the ball's at the 8-yard line, so a gain of 20 yards on that pass play. So the Flyers now 1st and goal from the 8th of Norwalk here in the first quarter. 9:31 to go in the quarter. Cook will hand it off, and right up the middle to about the 6 is the ball carrier.
I believe that was Plummer again on that carry, John.
He wears number 1. He is a junior at 6'1", 191, and he'll get it down to about the 6 for a couple yards.
Yeah, Dalton Stefani was able to make that tackle from the defensive lineman position.
Ball's at the 6 again. Ball's on the far hash mark, or I'm sorry, the near hash mark. Cook looks, throws it. Catch is made, and getting close to the goal line is the receiver right there.
That was Dylan Overmeyer on the reception.
Number 36, and he'll get it to about the 1. It'll be the 4th catch of the year for Dylan Overmeyer.
Yeah, it was a nice job of just getting that out there again. It's like a long handoff, just kind of pitching it out to him and see if he can find some open field.
At the 1, let's see if the Flyers can punch it in right here to get the first score. There is a touchdown. 6-0 Clyde. And Norman will get the touchdown right here, right? Clark Norman?
Yeah, Clark Norman. You know, they got a lot of young kids in there. We have not seen Michael Daniels yet. That first carry was by Plummer, so, you know, maybe they're switching things up here a little bit.
Extra point try coming up by McCoy Dickman, and it is good. So 7-0 Clyde on top here with 8:22 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside. We'll have more Clyde Flyer football right here on 92.1 The Wolf.
The holidays will be here before you know it. Are you and your home ready for hosting all that extended family, extended meals, and extended wear and tear on your floors? Get ahead of the holiday hustle. Right now at Lottich & Sons Flooring America, it's the family-friendly flooring sale. Save big before the holidays and get special financing. Shop in-store and online. When it comes to flooring, trust the place where friends send friends. Lottich & Sons Flooring America, 702 Stone Street in Fremont. Subject to credit approval, minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont. Joining me now, John Cahill, head boys basketball coach for Fremont Ross. So, John, what do you love about coaching sport?
Relationships you build with the kids and the other coaches, having those lifelong relationships.
And I know you coach a lot of youth sports. What's the benefit of that?
If we're going to be good at Fremont Ross, we need an army of young kids coming that like basketball. And so we're working hard with those young ones, and I think you can have a big impact on them, too, emphasizing being a good student, being a good citizen.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
All right, so here's the kickoff, and Norwalk will bring it back. to about the 30-yard line or just short of it. Let's go down to Brad Bannister as the Flyers have the lead of 7-0.
Yeah, when you look at that first drive up there, John, Clyde could do pretty much what they wanted. They could run, they could pass. Norwalk's going to have to make a commitment to stop one or the other. You can't let them have their way both ways.
Thank you. With that last touchdown, another $100 will be donated to Fueling the Cure, thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. All right, so Norwalk down 7-0. They have the football right now, and we'll call it the 28-yard line. Flores will hand it off, and nothing doing on that running play. So no gain.
Yeah, that time, I tell you, Dylan Overmeyer came up and put the stop on, and there is nowhere for them to run up the middle. That's why I think they were trying to get outside in the perimeter the last series.
That was Daniel Tracek who carried the ball. He is one of the top rushers on this football team. Flores back to pass. He'll throw it, and it's too high right in front of the Clyde bench, and the intended receiver over there for the Truckers is Ben Rothhar. Couldn't get that one.
Yeah, nice pressure put on by Blue Norman. And like I said, Blue Norman has got 10 sacks on the season, and he was able to get in and get some good penetration and made him throw it over the top.
Payne Flores is the quarterback now. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 28-yard line. 7-0 Clyde in the first quarter. Flores back in the pocket. He throws it over the middle. It's going to be caught for a first down and more to the 50, to the 46-yard line for the receiver for Norwalk. That was a nice play right here. And when this young man stands up, it's going to be number 1, Sam Battles, who now has, Mike, 30 catches on the year.
Yeah, that was a nice job, and it was a nice job of Flores stepping up into the pocket to be able to make that play. Jerem Bolger had to bring him down after a long gain.
You have trips to the right side, a single receiver to the left, handoff, Tracek, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, that was one of those that you just run into a wall right there. Mason Ash was right there, just stood him up, and there was nowhere for him to go.
6:55 to go, first quarter, 7-0 Clyde over Norwalk. The Truckers have the ball in Clyde territory at the 48. It's going to be second down at 11. Pitch back, and Tracek fumble. Loose ball. Let's see who gets it. Clyde will get the ball, Mike, at the 46.
Yeah, let's go down to Brad and find out who picked that ball up.
The Dylan Overmeyer that's involved in a lot of turnovers for Clyde jumped on that loose ball, Mike.
Yeah, that was one of those that maybe this rain that's starting to come down right now might have an effect on that and couldn't get a handle on it. And Dylan was right there to make that play.
All right, so the Flyers will start with another short field. They did the first time, Mike. Now they will have it at the 46 of Norwalk, leading already 7-0. Flyers have the football right in the middle of the field, moving to the right, away from the scoreboard here. And Cook will hand it off. And not much on the carry, but a few yards to the 44.
Yeah, that was Chance Miracle on that. I'll tell you what, Clyde right now, they've got some sophomores that they're giving opportunities to run that football.
Yeah, Miracle with, we'll give him 3 yards, and we'll call it the 43-yard line. Second down, 7 now for the Flyers. Ball right in the middle of the field, in between the hash marks. Cook gets it. Rolls to his right, looks, and throws it on the sidelines a little bit low, and it will be a catch, though. And making the catch will be Brady Wilson. So Brady Wilson went down low and didn't let it hit the ground.
Yeah, did a nice job. That's his 35th catch of the season right now, so racking those numbers up.
And that'll mark it at the 33-yard line of Norwalk. The Flyers lead already 7-0 with 5:53 to go in the first quarter here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in motion. Cook by himself in the backfield, and then he swings it out, and it's going to be caught And going for about 3 yards.
That was Miracle again.
Yep.
Chance Miracle. I tell you, they're using that sophomore quite a bit. And right there, it was a nice job of the receivers getting out, stalk blocking downfield, but Sam Battles was able to come up and make that stop for the Truckers.
And Miracle only at 5'6", 171. We'll give him 2 yards, actually. The ball will be at the 31 for Clyde. The ball on the far hash mark. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. By himself is Cook in the backfield. He throws in immediately. The catch is made at the 30, 25-yard line and getting knocked out of bounds. Number 3, William Lozier.
Yeah, Will Lozier able to get up there and make that. Will's a senior, 5'11", 183, and on that stop was Payne Flores, the quarterback for the Truckers, that had to push him out of bounds.
About 9 yards there on the reception there. 22-yard line. The Flyers trying to score again. They lead 7-0. We're in the first quarter here. Thanks for listening here on 92.1 The Wolf. John Kearns filling in for John Cullen, Mike Martin, and Brad Bannister. And there's a carry up the middle, a few yards. Jay Plummer. Plummer will get it inside the 20 to about the 19.
Yeah, that time Plummer, there was a hole there. He kind of danced a little bit, and Flores was able to come up and make the stop, hit him low, and for a short gain.
4:40 left on the first quarter clock. 3 receivers spread to the left, 1 to the right. And it's a high snap, and it's a smart move right there by that quarterback, Jaden Cook. It was high. The main thing he wanted to do is just, maintain possession. So he grabbed it and went down.
Yeah, Ryan Ritzenthaler for the Truckers is right there. If he would have tried to pick that up, I believe Ritzenthaler would have been able to slap that out of his hands or, make that a little more difficult for the Flyers.
That was a senior decision, right? All right, so that will be a loss all the way back to the 25. So now it's 3rd down and long, 3rd and 13 for the Flyers. With the yellow helmets, yellow jerseys, blue pants, and the white numerals. Cook back in the pocket. Looks. Now he's flushed out, and he'll run it 25, 20, and then out of bounds. Let's see where he is going to be forced out inside the 20. Be not a first down. He'll be several yards short. I'm going to say about the 18, maybe even the 17.
Yeah, that good coverage downfield. Dalton Stefani was the one that chased him out of bounds from his defensive tackle spot. But, the coverage was there. He had quite a bit of time and thought he had an open hole, but Stefani was there to get him out of bounds, just short. 5 yards short.
4th down, the ball's at the 17. 4th down, they have to get down to about the 12. And they're going to go for it, or they may take the timeout and then talk about it. They have Dickman as a possible field goal kicker, so we'll keep it right here. Let's go down to Brad Bannister on the field. Some thoughts?
So far, again, this time a little bit better. Norwalk defensively. They're taking that passing game away, forcing them to run. I'm a little surprised I don't see Mike Daniels. I know you alluded to it. He's out here, Mike, right now. He's got his helmet off. He's walking around the huddle. Maybe it's trying to keep him fresh for that game next week against Bellevue. I'm not sure. But right now, big play coming up.
Yeah, that's something that I was kind of surprised, the first time that they ran the ball, that it was Jay Plummer. Not that Jay Plummer was running the ball, but Michael Daniels that wasn't the guy that was running it. With almost 900 yards on the season for Daniels, he's the guy that, he's going to be your go-to man for rushing.
And he's battled injuries. So, I'm wondering if this is just kind of a strategy move by Coach Carter to allow him, because he looked really good last week, or 2 weeks ago, and maybe just let him rest up and not get him beat up going into the playoffs.
Yeah, when you got 2 sophomores that are very capable of running the football, you might as well see what they've got.
Okay, here we go. 4th down and 5 at the 17 for the Flyers here. Here's Cook. And he's got a lot of room in the middle, but he does not take it. He'll go to the outside. He's flushed out, goes back to the left, and then throws it wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. Waiting for the ball out there, and I got to get a number because I cannot see it at all.
That was Jay Plummer.
Thank you, Brad. That's a long way with a white number, but 13-0. What scrambling ability that time by Cook.
Oh, without a doubt. He, like you said, he had the opportunity to run it up the middle, although he had Remington Norman that was right in front of him. So he just took it back, circled around to the left, and found a wide open receiver in the end zone.
All right, Dickman will try the extra point. That play came with 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Here is the extra point. It's up and good. So 14-0. We'll keep it right here at the stadium. So Clyde has taken advantage of two short fields here.
Oh, without a doubt, absolutely. And they've been able to mix things up with running the ball. Now, the running attack has not been 100% effective, but it's good enough to keep Norwalk off balance. And you just saw, John, this is the first time that you've been able to see Cook as far as running the Clyde offense. And right now, I tell you, that's the best that I've seen him. You know, he's had a great season. But right there, those are the things that he can do as far as scramble around and keep his eyes downfield and find that open receiver.
All right, so the Flyers with a 2-touchdown lead in the ball game, 14-0 over Norwalk. And again, Norwalk has played everybody tough this year, exception of one or two games. And so Coach Carter said, hey, you cannot look at their record. That's for sure. All right, so kickoff coming up, and Norwalk will try it again. They've had a couple good plays here tonight. So I guess we can say, hey, did you see that last play, Mike Martin? And with that, I'll have to make an announcement if I can find my right sheet here. So my problem is I always have too many sheets. We'll get to that in a minute. Here's a kickoff, grabbed at the 13, right up the middle for Norwalk, and they'll go to about the 32. And let's see who brought that ball back for the Truckers. Looks like a number 4, and that will be Cade Staley. But that scrambling by Cook, did you see that? Yes. Brought to you by the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. See 2020 with a customized eye care plan at the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio.
It's going to be interesting to see if Norwalk's able to get anything more out of that passing game. That's been about the biggest play they had, was that one pass over the middle.
Flores under center right now at his own 32-yard line, the ball in the middle of the field, hand off, and a good run right there to the 39, about 7 yards. And that'll be Tracek again. Daniel Tracek, a senior, comes in with almost 400 yards of rushing on the year and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Will Lozier did a nice job of getting over, sliding across, and being able to make that stop, wrapping him up and, making sure that he wasn't going to get any more yards.
Give him 7 yards, second down 7 with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Clyde. Flores looks and throws it quickly to the right side. There's going to be a loss on the play of at least 2 or 3 yards. And who was on there defensively?
That was Walker Britt. Walker Britt, who right now has 5 sacks of his own, and he's third in the conference. Walker Britt is one of those mainstays on that defensive line for the Flyers.
Catch made by Sam Battles with a loss there, and he limps off the field. Sam Battles, that's catch number 31 on the year. Third and about 5 for the Truckers right now, and the ball back and about the 37. They have to go to the 42 for a first down. Flores, single running back, one in motion. And there's a handoff, and nope, no room to run. Another loss on the play of about a yard, and they'll have to punt. I believe carrying the ball that time was Andrew Olanian.
Yeah, Blue Norman again on that stop. Blue Norman, tackle for loss right there, putting back about a yard, and they're getting good penetration. I think that Clyde is pretty much owning the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball at this point in time of the game.
Ryan Fox is the punter and the place kicker for the Truckers, and let's see what he can do right now. The Flyers have had it twice. They've scored twice on short fields, starting both times in Norwalk territory.
We'll see if they can get that snap back there a little bit quicker.
No, not really.
It's still floating.
Yep. High. Probably not a run back. It's going to be a fair catch. And a fair catch made by Clyde right there, Will Lozier. Now I'm getting better picking up those numbers.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. It would be nice if they were outlined a little bit more, but when you have a distance and the way the light is, it's really hard to pick out what the numbers are.
I know when I used to do Fremont Ross football, Last few years I was there, they had some gray uniforms with the white numbers, and boy, those are tough. All right, ball's at the 41 for Clyde. They have a 2-touchdown lead here with 1:24 to go in quarter number 1. Trying to win their 7th game of the year. They have 2 losses on the year to Perkins and Toledo St. Francis. Handoff right off the bat, and getting a few yards is the ball carrier right there. And that'll be Dylan Overmeyer with the carry.
Drew Shope, who is leading the team in tackles right now with 62, is able to make that stop for a very short gain.
Overmeyer, another one of those seniors, gets just a yard from the 41 to the 42. Under a minute to play in the quarter. Jaden Cook, the quarterback, has a running back to his left, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he'll throw to the right, and the catch is made right there by Brady Wilson. Wilson to the 50.
Got a couple scores for you guys from local teams here. Bellevue up in the first quarter, 14-0 over Sandusky. Perkins Columbian 0-0 in the first quarter. Vermilion up 8-0 over Edison. Interesting score here. Central Catholic 7, Ross 2 in the first quarter. And that's what we have right now.
It's got a 2-run double. There's a carry for a first down for Clyde. And it's 29 this year, Clark Norman. And that resets the clock on a first down. And the ball's at the 47 with 34 seconds. So a fresh set of downs. Cook with 1 receiver to the right. Of course, the ball's on the near hash mark. 3 receivers to the left. And it looks like Miracle is lined up as a running back to the left of Cook. Right in front of us. Here's Cook looking, looks to the right, throws it way down the field, and it's going to be a leaping catch. Wow. Look at that. At the 5-yard line. What a catch.
We've seen Brady Wilson make those kind of catches all year. He just took off, jumped, and stretched those arms out. He was fully horizontal to the field when he caught that football and came down. And the thing about it is, he was able to come down and hang on to it when he hit the ground.
And he gets it all the way down to the 7-yard line, and that is the end of the first quarter. Our score, Clyde 14, Norwalk nothing. We'll have more high school football coming up right here on 92.1 The Wolf.
Frickin' football is here. Frickers has the games on all the screens, and you score with savings. Enjoy your favorite ice-cold domestic draft personal pitchers for only $6.50. A 48-ounce personal pitcher for only $6.50. And enjoy a plate of your favorite frickin' nachos for just $7. Take your frickin' pick. Frickin' chicken nachos, Mississippi barbecue nachos, or Nacho Supreme, only $7. This season, don't just be a football fan, be a Nacho fan. At the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
ACJ Overhead Door of Fremont are your installation and service experts, specializing in both residential and commercial garage doors and operators. Don't risk trying to do the repairs yourself, especially when it comes to broken springs. Let the professionals at ACJ take care of that for you. If you're looking to upgrade your garage door, ACJ offers a full line of doors from economy to premium to fit any budget, with free estimates on installation. ACJ Overhead Door, serving Sandusky and surrounding counties. For more information, call 419-341-6586 or online at acjoverheaddoor.com.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, welcome back. John Kearns along with Mike Martin and Brad Bannister. The Flyers have it. First and goal at the 7 as we begin the second quarter here. They already lead 14-0. Cook under center this time with 2 running backs, and here is a handoff, and it's going to be a touchdown or at least close to it. Did he get in or not?
Yep, he got in.
He got in.
That's Dylan Overmeyer.
Overmeyer makes it 20-0. 7-yard touchdown run. And we have another touchdown to celebrate. Another $100 were donated to the Fueling the Cure thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. Fueling the Cure is a campaign for food-based research at The Ohio State University for those afflicted with cancer. For more information, go to fuelingthecure.org. Dickman with the extra point try. It's up and good. So 21-0. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, it's just fitting that Dylan Overmeyer was able to put that ball in the end zone after recovering that fumble. And, you know, we haven't seen Dylan a whole lot on offense. So he's been pretty much the defensive man. You know, he's number one in the conference with tackles. And Dylan Overmeyer has 93.5 tackles on the season on the defensive side of the ball. And right now he's racking some things up on the offensive side of the ball.
It's gone to Brad Bannister with the report. Brought to you by Frickers.
I'll tell you what, guys. I have to go back to that play by Brady Wilson, who's actually a neighbor of mine in the hood with the east side over on Wilson Subdivision. But I'll tell you what, I've never seen a more impressive catch, fully extended down this sideline. It happened right in front of me. I mean, a 30, 40-yard pass in the air. And, I mean, the fingertips that he had, he barely had. Just absolutely unbelievable catch by Brady Wilson.
And that's why he was able to hang on to it when he hit the ground, Brad.
Yeah, his arms were extended. I don't know how he did it.
Our timeouts, by the way, tonight brought to you by Welty Insurance Group. And the Flyers have been in the red zone a few times. That's brought to you by Fremont Floor Covering. There's a kickoff for Clyde, picked up at the 18, brought forward by the Truckers to the 30-yard line. That's where they will start. And bringing it back for Norwalk right there will be Jaron McClendon. 11:51 to go in the second quarter, and the Clyde Flyers with a big 21-0 lead.
Yeah, Norwalk's going to have to find something offensively. They tried the perimeter. They tried up the middle. They've had minute success throwing the ball. So they've got to be able to find something. I think that, they're going to have to do something to that defensive line to slow them down from getting penetration.
And those scores that Brad passed along a moment ago, brought to you by Fremont Athletic Supply. So we have a lot of in-game sponsors. We thank them very much. Flores back to pass for Norwalk. He throws it wide open. Over there is Battles, and Battles makes the catch and gets a first down all the way down to the 48-yard line. So good catch and run for Battles, who has over 30 catches on the year.
Yeah, Jaron Bolger had to come from his linebacker spot to be able to make that play. You know, Clyde's playing just a zone defense, giving them a lot of cushion and looking for big runs after the catch.
Flores hands off and getting some good distance up the middle, close to 10 yards is the ball carrier. And let's see if that's Tracek. And it will be Tracek.
Yeah, Logan Holmler had to pull him down from behind right there. They got a little crease, and he was able to get up in, and Holmler did a nice job jumping on his back and pulling him to the ground.
9 yards, second down 1, and Norwalk in Clyde territory at the 44. Moving to our right is the Norwalk Truckers, and there's a handoff for Tracek, and boy, he is hit immediately.
Well, I have to tell you, John, that was a blue-collar bistro smash right there. That hit had a little bit of extra sauce on it. Remington Norman came up and put that hit on and drove him back for a 2-yard loss.
So third and about 3 now. Good segue. 10:33 to go in the second quarter, 21-0 Clyde. Norwalk, well, they need to score here if they have any chance to get back in this ball game. Over the middle, it's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver out there was Jesse Cole, senior wide receiver. Fourth down, let's see what the Truckers do. You know, they're 21-0 down. They really don't want to give the ball back to Clyde. Do you think about going for it here?
Yeah, I think that at this point, even though it's the second quarter, try to draw them off sides. But that line's pretty stout.
Tracek, and nope, he does not make it. And the ball will go over to Clyde. He got a good head start, got a couple yards, and then gets hit a yard before the first down marker. To be fourth and it was 4th and 3. Now it is first down, but he was about a yard short.
Yeah, that was again. It came up and a couple of really strong hits to drive him back. That time it was Max Myers that came up and put the hit on.
Flyers will take over at their own 44-yard line with a 21-0 lead here in the football game. Next week, it's Bellevue here. Handoff coming to this side is the running back, and not much on that one for the running back for Clyde. And once again, this is Miracle.
Yeah, Sam Battles did a nice job at just coming up and keeping his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, not allowing Miracle to get outside, and nice tackle for no gain.
Ball stays at the 44-yard line for the Flyers. Ball in the near hash mark, 2 receivers on each side. Jaden Cook, the quarterback. Also the punter on this team, but we haven't seen him do that tonight. Waiting for the snap. He does. He throws it, and it's going to be caught at the 50-yard line, and breaking loose for a couple more yards is the receiver over there.
That was Wilson again.
Yep, Brady Wilson at 6'2", 177. 3rd down and 3 now for the Flyers. 21-0. They lead with 9:14 to go in quarter number 2 here in Clyde. SBC Lake Division action. Two receivers, left and right now, one in motion. In motion right now is Caden Olson. And he lines up on the left side now. And off and getting close to the first down and making the first down is the ball carrier. Right to the 45 of Norwalk.
Yeah, that was Miracle again.
Yep, 42.
Parker Evans had to come up and make that stop.
Miracle, who just ran the ball, is a sophomore. Here's a pass quickly. It's incomplete. Andrew Cauble not able to catch that at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, had a little bit of pressure that time. Brock Clark was coming across, got through that line of scrimmage, made him throw it a little quicker than he wanted to.
Often on rain, now raining again here at Clyde. Going forward and getting about a yard, maybe 2, is the ball carrier. This time it'll be Jay Plummer.
Yeah, Parker Evans did a nice job of just controlling that line of scrimmage this time and putting him down for just a very, very short gain.
So 3rd down at about 8 now for Clyde with 8 minutes to go before halftime here. They lead 21-0 in the ballgame over Norwalk. Ball's in the middle of the field. Clyde this quarter moving to the left or toward the scoreboard. Here's a pass way down the field, up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted.
Nope,
yes.
Incomplete. He's calling it off.
Oh, no.
The official in the middle of the field is calling it off.
All right, so I was looking at a couple players, and they said interception for Norwalk, but nope, it hit the ground, and so it's 4th down and 7.
That's a stiff breeze, to be honest, right now that Cook was throwing into, and that's why it came up short, I believe.
Right, I agree, Brad, because usually he's going to be able to get that ball out there, but that ball started to float back a little bit.
And the flags are flying really well here tonight.
Sideline Reports brought to you by Frickers with location in Fremont, where we have our coaches show every week. 4th down and 7. Let's see if they just try to draw Norwalk off, get some yards, or what's the deal? Now there's a whistle, and must be a delay of game.
Yep.
Is that our first flag of the night?
You know what, John? I believe you're right about that.
I don't recall.
And that was one that it's like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and take this and see if we can draw them off sides.
So 4th and 13. I just thought about that. I haven't seen a flag all night. All right, Cook will pooch punt it.
Ooh.
And that doesn't go very far. And it might come back the other way, and it does. That's going to be probably and maybe less than 10 yards on that.
Yeah,
punt.
and that's one that right now Cook has got like a 40-yard average on his punting. That's going to hurt his average a little bit. And I think he was trying to place it down in the corner, but it got to the side of his foot. And, this is going to give Norwalk some pretty decent field position.
Brad Bannister, about, a 7 or 8 yard punt on that one, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he got it real well, but then you factor in a nice breeze, and it really killed that punt.
All right, ball's at the 39 of Norwalk. They have the ball down 21-0. Flores rolls to his right, throws it down the field, intercepted. I can see that one coming. And it will be Brady Wilson. Wilson all the way down the field, and he gets down to the 5-yard line. Brady Wilson.
John, do you think he stared his receiver down a little bit that time?
You better believe it.
He was looking at him the whole way. Brady Wilson saw his eye. He saw him looking right at the receiver. Brady just played back a little bit, kind of made it look like he was open. As soon as he let go of that ball, Brady took a break on the ball, caught it at the high point. Nice return, almost got it into the end zone.
To the 5-yard line, so about a 40-some-yard return for Wilson. Handoff coming to the left side and getting about 3 is the ball carrier right here. It's already 21-0, and Clyde trying to tack on another score right here.
Dylan Overmeyer on the carry.
He wears 36. He's a senior. Getting it down to the 2-yard line with 7 minutes to play here in the quarter. And off, and getting close to the goal line. Is he in?
Yep, he's in.
And it's a touchdown, Clyde.
That chance miracle. Being able, I'll tell you, giving his sophomore a little bit of love right now. Getting that ball in the end zone.
So 27-0 right now.
That was Clark.
I'm sorry, you're right. That was Clark coming off there. That was Clark Norman that made that touchdown.
I could only tell by the long flowing locks, Mike.
And when he came to the sideline, that's how I could tell as well, Brad.
All right, thank you, guys. Help me out here with the numbers tonight. Dickman will try the extra point, and it's up, and it is good. So he's 4 for 4, 28-0, and we'll take a timeout. We're in the second quarter. It's all Clyde so far. We'll be right back with more high school football on 92.1 The Wolf.
My job is to ask you about life insurance. Please don't make it my job to tell your family you didn't have any. At Welty Insurance Group, they're here to put your mind at ease with life insurance that will work with you for a policy that has your family's future covered. Life insurance is because you love them. Our family protecting yours. Welty Insurance Group, representing Erie Insurance. Call today, 419-334-4477. PT Services, your premier hometown therapy provider, is now open at 1800 West State Street in Fremont, Ohio. Their clinic offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies, along with specialized wellness programs that focus on the health and well-being of our community. They work hard to offer individualized care that helps you achieve your rehabilitation and wellness goals. Ask your doctor to send you to PT Services Rehabilitation, providing individualized care to give you excellence in motion. For more information, visit them at ptsrehab.com.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, here's the kickoff, and you're bringing it back for Norwalk is Cohen Clausing. And he'll get it past the 30-yard line to about the 34, it looks like. A couple things to catch up on. Okay, our sideline reports tonight by Frickers. The timeouts. We just had a timeout by Welty Insurance Group. Clyde was in the red zone recently. That's brought to you by Fremont Floor Covering. Did you see that? We've had a couple of those tonight with the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. And that last touchdown, another $100 will be donated to Fueling the Cure thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. Norwalk down 28-0. They have the football. And carry this time by Jaron McClendon. McClendon, sophomore running back. We'll get a yard, and that's about it.
Yeah, Dylan Overmeyer again coming up from that linebacker spot, just reading that and stepping up for a very short gain.
I'll give him 2 there, so second down and 8. 6.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. 28-0. Clyde taking advantage of all their situations tonight, yeah? Couple of turnovers for Norwalk. There's a pass high on the near side, double covered, and the intended receiver right there is Ben Rothhard. He's only a freshman at 6'2".
Yeah, that's a big freshman, and the pressure put on Payne again at Blue Norman. Blue Norman's getting through that line, made him throw that ball over top.
3rd and 8 now for the Norwalk Truckers. Ball in the middle of the field. Norwalk moving from our left to right, away from the scoreboard here currently. Flores, the quarterback, back in the pocket, has some time to pass. He throws it and it's going to be incomplete. Tenor receiver over the middle was McClendon.
Yeah, Jay Plummer right there, right on that. They kind of both went up, made some contact, but, since they were both going for the football and Plummer was looking back for the ball as well, there was no way that the official could throw a flag on that.
In the punt will be Ryan Fox. He's the punter and the place kicker. A couple back deep for Clyde here, and they'll get the ball back once again. Boy, on those punts.
That's going to cost them. That's running into the kicker.
Yep. So the snap goes back really slow, kind of just a little arch.
Yeah.
That gives Clyde opportunity to come in, and he got the ball off, and then there was some contact.
Yeah, and the problem with that is Max Myers was, he was close to being able to get his hand on that ball, and he was sliding on the ground, and he just kind of hit him in the legs and took his feet out from underneath him, and that's going to be called.
Let's go down to Brad Bannister with a Frickers sideline report.
And since that is running into the kicker, it's running into the kicker, John, and it's not roughing the kicker. Since it's only running into the kicker, it is not an automatic first down, and they would not have got enough yards to get a first down, so they're just going to go ahead and take the play.
Yeah, there's one happy player down here, Max Myers, right now, because he's getting an earful down here about running into the kicker.
All right, very good. Thank you, Brad. Brought to you by Frickers. So 5 yards, and Clyde will still have it. The ball will be at the 36-yard line. And there is a pass play, and getting to the 38, and making the catch right there will be Andrew Cauble. And I have to correct myself. It started at the 26, not the 36, 26. So more than 10 yards on that play, so first down.
Yeah, it was a nice job of Cobble coming back inside and finding that open seam.
We'll call it the 37-yard line. There's a quick pass, and it goes bounce. Oh, almost intercepted twice. Two guys for Norwalk had a chance for it, including 22 right there, Carson Ballman, who puts his hand on his head, said, boy, the ball was right there, and couldn't intercept.
Yeah, Kate Stanley's the one that kind of tipped that ball up in the air, kind of the tip drill, and just wasn't able to get his hands on it and bring it in.
Second down and 10 now for the Flyers. 5:36 to go in quarter number 2. 28-0, they lead. Cook will hand it off, and it's that sophomore again. And boy, he is running right hard. The Miracle, right?
Yep, Miracle, nice job of finding that hole and keeping those knees pumping, and was able to get some good yardage on that.
Well, I'd love to see those little guys, 5'6", 171, just pound it, huh? Hand off, and Jay Plummer this time gets the first down. It was third down and about a yard, and he'll get it to the 50-yard line. First down for the Flyers. They lead 28-0 in this football game.
Yeah, Dalton Stefani was able to make that stop, but again, Clyde's doing a nice job on the offensive line of just pushing that Norwalk line back a little bit, enough to get the yardage that they need.
Well, it's right in the middle of the field, right at the 50-yard line. Cook waiting for it, hands it off. And getting about 3 yards is the ball carrier. And at the bottom of the pile will be big number 1, Jay Plummer.
Yeah, Seth Farmer is a senior defensive tackle, 6'4", 240 is the one that brought him down that time.
Second down, and we'll call it about 7 yards to go for the Flyers, right in the middle of the field, working to the left side toward the scoreboard here. That would be a loss on that pass play over to the right side. So loss of about 3-4 yards on that one.
Yeah, the receiver out there kind of missed that block on Jay Flores, and Flores was able to shed that block and be able to come up and make a nice stop for a big loss.
That was Will Lozier with the catch in front of the Norwalk bench. So third down and 10. And the Flyers will have it right where they started a moment ago at the 50-yard line. 3:46 to go in the second, 28-0 Clyde. Glad to have you with us here on 92.1 The Wolf. Okay, here's Cook. He has a lot of time. Now he's flushed out rolls, and he's tripped up. And a loss on the play. And for Norwalk, good defensive play that time by Parker Evans.
Yeah, Evans did a nice job just circling back and catching him from behind. Usually you're going to see Cook take off. He hesitated just a little bit, thought he had an open receiver, and got taken down.
Loss of 2, so 4th and 12. The Flyers have not punted yet tonight, I don't think.
One
time.
Very bad one.
That's right.
We want to forget about that one.
So 4th down. Now they're looking over to the coaches, Ryan Carter and the assistant coaches right now. And let's see if it's another pooch kick. And this one is much better. It's short, and it rolls, and it's going to roll, and then down at about the 13. So much better pooch kick this time by Cook.
Yeah, he kept that one low this time and didn't get it up in the wind. And, that obviously was a whole lot more beneficial as far as the yardage that he was able to get on that.
2:51 on the clock. Here in the second quarter, it's all Clyde 28-0. We'll get some scores at halftime of the other area games, especially those in the SBC. 3 divisions, of course, the Lake, the Bay, and the River.
Norwalk right now, they need to get something moving here a little bit. They've got a couple first downs, but they're going to need to get a few right here if they want to stay in this game at all second half.
Say the 14-yard line for the Truckers right now. Flores will throw it to the left. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Cade Staley.
Yeah, Staley would have had nowhere to go. Abe Morrison was right there. If he would have caught that ball, that would have been a loss. As a matter of fact, John, that was a backward pass, so it's a lateral. So where he landed on it, that was a loss of 5 right there.
That's right. I was thinking about that. I was saying, boy, that might be behind the line of scrimmage, and it was. So it was a free ball, and he recovered it at the 9. So loss of 5, like you said. Second down 15 with 2:47 to go. Second quarter, 28-0 Clyde. Flores to the left. Oh, it's almost intercepted. Probably should have been intercepted right there at the 17. Who was that over there?
Who was that, Brad?
That was that Overmeyer over there?
Not sure.
I couldn't see because it was on that far side over there.
And again, folks, Clyde with the white numerals on the yellow jerseys. A little tough. They look nice up close, but from a distance, a little hard to read. All right, so now it's 3rd and 15 from the 10-yard line, or just inside the 10 for Norwalk. Flores under center, back in the pocket, and he's flushed out. He'll be sacked at about the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. And boy, Norwalk has some problems right now because they'll have to punt from the end zone.
Yeah, I've got to give this another blue-collar bistro hit of the game right there. That was a huge hit that came by Blue Norman. That's his 12th sack of the season right now, and they have no answer for that defensive line of Clyde.
And there is a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Well, how are things up there, fellas? I'm down here battling the elements. It's raining. It's windy. There's kids down here throwing footballs. You guys are up there eating good food from Blue Collar Bistro, celebrating Mike's birthday.
Yeah, it's not only just eating; it's the smell of it.
I bet.
Brad, let me tell you, it's nice and dry up here, and the smell of this food is just.
I'm getting a little
you can't
warm
beat
myself.
Yeah, you getting a little hot up there, are you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little stuffy. Well, Mike, you were down here, right? Not too long ago.
Yeah, I've been down there, and Brad, the only advice I can give you, just stay behind that white line.
Oh, I remember it well.
Oh, yeah.
It was in Pemberville, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Here's the kick, and it's going to be caught at the 42-yard line of Norwalk. And with the ball for Clyde right now will be Caden Olson.
That might cost something.
And he has hit hard out of bounds, and a flag and probably a late hit on the Norwalk Truckers.
Yeah, I think they're going to tack 15 more on top of that because if Brad was standing over there, even though he would have been behind the white line, he might have got the player thrown on top of him because that was way out of bounds.
I tell you what, at my age, man, those guys come running my way. I definitely I start backpedaling.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see that, Brad. I want to see some. I want to see some backpedaling.
Agile.
Yeah, we had to put Mike several years ago on the injured reserve list.
Yeah,
For a few
I
weeks.
was out for a couple weeks.
That was a good memory. Memorization by you, John. Calling out Pemberville.
Yep. Clyde at Eastwood that night. Ball's at the 17-yard line after the penalty is marched off. And the Flyers have a chance to put some more points on the board with just over 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 28-0. Moving to the left toward the scoreboard right now. Cook with a single setback right behind him. And a handoff. And this is Plummer. And Plummer goes to the right side and gets maybe a yard.
Yeah, Brendan Gottstocker was able to come up and make that play. Did a nice job of shutting off his block to make that stop.
Second down and 9. 1:55, second quarter. Flyers looking over to the coaches. Cook is the quarterback. Ball in the middle of the field at the 15. Here's pass into the end zone, way too strong and incomplete.
Yeah, I don't think Andrew Cobble was going to be able to jump up and keep his feet in bounds and be able to make that play. You know, he was covered very, very well. And Cook did a nice job of just getting it out of the end zone to put it where nobody was going to catch it. And coverage on that was by Cade Staley.
Caldwell at 6 foot, but needed to be about 6'5" or 6'6" to get that one. Third down. We'll say 8 yards to go in the rain here in Clyde, Ohio. Minute 38 to go before halftime. Handoff up the middle, and it'll be the sophomore again, Miracle, to the 12.
Daniel Tracek able to come up and make that play. Tracek, both sides of the ball player, and making his presence known right now on defense.
Fourth down at the 12 for the Flyers. On the near hash mark, 2 receivers left and right, single setback. Cook waiting for the snap, wants to throw, he does. Catch is made at the 6 and a first down.
Again, nice job by Cobble, just stopping, turning back, and Cook throws it right before Cobble makes his break. Staley was right there to make the stop, but like you said, John, good enough for a first down.
To about the 6, first and goal. 28-0 now, trying to make it 35-0 perhaps. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Hand off to Miracle. Miracle goes, and, well, looked like he had some yardage. He's going to get maybe 2 on that from the 6 to the 4.
Yeah, again, Tracek coming up and making that stop. It looked, like you say, it looked like he had the outside seam. Tracek was quick enough to get up there and put the hit on and make a very short gain.
4-yard line, but it is second down. Again, Miracle, he has some room. He goes in for a touchdown. 4 yards out for Chancey Miracle, and it's now 34-0 with 21 seconds to go before halftime.
You know what that means, John? That means that we come back out here the second half, that clock will continue to run. And I think these fans and maybe Brad as well will enjoy that since that rain's starting to come down.
And Dickman in for the extra point try for Clyde. He's 4 for 4 tonight. And let's make it 5 for 5 or not. No, he missed that one. I shouldn't have said nothing. That's what happens when you point that out.
Hey, yeah, that's just the bad luck, the omen of the commentator.
Okay. So it stays at 34-0, but with that touchdown, another $100 will be donated to Fueling the Cure, thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. Fueling the Cure is a campaign for food-based research at The Ohio State University for those afflicted with cancer. For more information, go to fuelingthecure.org. All right, so a missed extra point, but it stays at 34-0 with just a few seconds left on this first half clock. Glad to have you with us here. John Kearns sitting in for John Cullen tonight. He'll be back with you next week for the big Bellevue game. He won't want to miss that, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. And
that's a big one.
You know, that's one of the games that, you know, the whole season is going to come down to.
And we're thinking about you, John Cullen, back at home, my man.
And his lovely wife.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that everything came out all right today, and that he'll be back in commission, and Jill will be back in commission as well.
I'll see John tomorrow night. Matter of fact, he's scheduled to work with me for the Otterbein and Heidelberg football game on our sister station WTTF tomorrow night. All right, kickoff from the 40-yard line. And it goes down the field. It's going to be caught at the 17 and brought forward for Norwalk to the 34 with just 16 seconds left on the clock here. And on the bottom of the pile, bringing that back for Norwalk will be, let's see, I got the wrong roster here. It'll be Cohen Klossing. Time for just a play or two now for Norwalk. At halftime, we'll have the ONN halftime report. And we'll come back with some area scores and some commentary about the first half. Norwalk down 34-0. Let's see if they just take a knee and get back into the locker room here.
They're going to try to go for it.
And it's going to be
incomplete.
It was one of those catch, no catch, catch, no catch, no catch.
Yeah,
So it was
maybe I got it. I don't have it. Maybe no, don't. Yep, it's on the ground.
Yep. Incomplete second down now for the Truckers with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They're down 34-0. Flores is a quarterback for this football team. And they'll hand it off to Trasick, and he'll go forward for about 9 yards. And there's
no time
left on the clock, so that should be it for the first half of play. It's been all Clyde here tonight. 34-0 going in to halftime. Brad, any words before we get to our halftime report?
Norwalk needs to find a lot of everything if they want to have any way to get back into this game.
All right, just a couple reminders. Thank you, Brad, for our Frickers sideline reports. Okay, our in-game scoreboard tonight brought to you by Fremont Athletic Supply. Our timeouts throughout the night by Weldy Insurance Group. Our red zone sponsor is Fremont Floor Covering. And our touchdown sponsor is Sunrise Co-op. And later on, Wendy's will have our player of the game. And once in a while we say, hey, did you see that? That's brought to you by Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. Our title sponsor is Fremont Federal Credit Union. And we're going to have our halftime report from the ONN coming up in just a minute. And we'll be back here in the press box in just a little bit right here on 92.1 The Wolf.
Crown Battery, locally owned and operated, is pleased to support tonight's teams and takes this time to wish them luck for a successful season. The staff at Crown Battery recognizes the importance of teamwork both in and out of the classroom. That is why everyone at Crown Battery is a proud sponsor of not only tonight's broadcast, but a proud sponsor and contributor to our community, its athletic programs, and its educational infrastructure. Good luck and thank you from all the staff at Crown Battery, supplying you power since 1926.
Miller Super Value in Clyde is the place to shop for great savings on groceries. Each week, hundreds of items are discounted to help you save even more. Check out their expanded meat department. For a great supper, shop Miller's extensive deli for fried chicken, wings, great salads, and side dishes. Take-in Big Pizza and fresh daily sushi are now available. Miller Super Value, your hometown grocery, is proud of our Clyde Fliers. Go Flyers!
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best best sports program in the country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in high school football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime report. Tyler Brooks is Senior Manager of Officiating and Sport Administration with the OHSAA, and will share some insight in regards to football officiating. That's next on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Scott Demaro, President of the Ohio Education Association. I'm proud to bring you tonight's game on behalf of OEA's 123,000 members. We teach in the public schools and state universities. We drive your kids to school, serve them lunch, and keep our schools clean and safe. We also coach the teams on the field. We're committed to making sure every student has the opportunity to experience the joy of learning and to succeed, regardless of where they live or their family's income. We believe in great public schools for all students.
Farmers at heart. At Beck's, that's who we are. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. Today, we're proud to serve a dedicated community of farmers in Ohio. To us, helping farmers succeed means so much more than just being a great seed supplier. Our family of employees and dealers are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. We love what we do. We are and will remain farmers at heart.
Eric from Wendy's here to tell you about our newest addition to the Made to Crave menu, the Big Bacon Cheddar Sandwich. It all starts with a fresh, never frozen patty or a classic chicken filet. Add American cheese, our new bacon jam, 3 strips of bacon, onion tanglers, creamy cheddar cheese spread, and a new toasted cheddar bun. Take a bite into this sweet, cheesy sandwich for a taste like never before. Parlay this amazing sandwich with Wendy's new and improved fries, and you'll be saying, now that's my Wendy's.
ACJ Overhead Door of Fremont are your installation and service experts, specializing in both residential and commercial garage doors and operators. Don't risk trying to do the repairs yourself, especially when it comes to broken springs. Let the professionals at ACJ take care of that for you. If you're looking to upgrade your garage door, ACJ offers a full line of doors from economy to premium to fit any budget, with free estimates on installation. ACJ Overhead Door, serving Sandusky and surrounding counties. For more information, call 419-341-6586 or online at acjoverheaddoor.com.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids at Beck's. They are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game. We're joined this evening for a few minutes by Tyler Brooks, Senior Manager of Officiating and Sport Administration with the OHSAA. And Tyler, you've officiated football and boys basketball for many years. What's the biggest change in the game that you've noticed as far as how it affects officiating, specifically in football, over the years, and in what ways has it become more challenging?
Well, thanks for having me, Skip. Football is a great sport. From an officiating perspective, it's great and it's challenging in the same way. You know, in other sports, you can really find a lot of non-OHSAA ball throughout the calendar year, but really with OHSAA football, you're really only getting your reps and your bonding and your crew and your education together from late July to the end of the OHSAA season. So you have a really narrow window to work on your craft. But in the same vein, football probably also is the best sport for providing film. And film is a critical component of officials' education. There's a lot of sports where there's just not really a great way to capture game film and to be able to critique yourself and watch unique plays and review calls that maybe you missed or you'd like another look at. So while football is kind of narrow in its season to really get out there and go through your mechanics and employing the new rules, it also is the best in terms of providing some of that film for review for both within your crew, but also within your officiating community.
You mentioned critiquing for getting better. Last week, 15 officials inducted into the Hall of Fame for various sports, along with officials of the year for 2019, 20, and 21. How does that award process work?
Yes, it's a tremendous program that we have. It started in the early 1990s. And it starts at the local level. Every OHSAA official is a member of a local officials association. And we categorize those by athletic district, just like we do our schools. So Those 6 districts put together their nominees. They send up their top 4 vote getters that are voted on by their secretaries, and then we have a committee that reviews those for selection. And it's a humbling experience if you ever attend our Officials Hall of Fame banquet, just the decades upon decades of contributions that these selfless individuals put forward night after night, time away from their family and loved ones, just in a nonstop effort to give back to the sports that they love and to their local communities as well.
You know, Tyler, we know that people, whether it be coaches, parents, and fans, are very passionate about sports. And, you know, sometimes lines are crossed in regards to the treatment of officials. There was an incident earlier this season down at Grove City High School involving the football officiating crew there. For those who aren't familiar with it, just Google it. But, you know, Tyler, when you heard about what happened, what was your reaction both as a current official and as an administrator?
Yeah, I had a range of emotions. You know, as an official, I was shocked and kind of saddened and angry. But, you know, as a regular person and sharing that story with my friends, I was really surprised by the reaction that I would get from my non-officiating friends. They thought maybe it was humorous, or they thought it was funny, and I guess it just takes a little bit deeper of a thought process to put yourself in those shoes of those officials when you feel threatened and you feel like you have no recourse and you feel on an island. So, you know, I felt a whole gamut of emotions. From an administrative perspective, the officials were top-notch in communicating what happened, getting that relayed to us at the association. But I'd also like to thank the Grove City schools because they have been outstanding to work with, fully cooperative with everything that we've asked of them, and just being able to provide as much information and follow through, and really just appreciation of the gravity of the situation. So I try to find the silver lining in everything, and I'm hopeful that because it was such a kind of outlandish situation, that it can help just further bring some attention and some spotlight to some of the things that we go through as officials, and just maybe some sympathy for some of the crazy things that can happen, and just prevent it from hopefully ever happening anything like that ever again.
Tyler Brooks, Senior Manager of Officiating and Sport Administration with the OHSAA. I know this is a very busy time of year for you. Thanks for hopping on, okay?
Thank you so much for having me, Skip.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Blake Barnes from Waynesfield Goshen High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I liked watching it as a kid growing up, and I just love playing the sport and just having fun with friends.
Yes, Blake loves the game of football, especially the Friday night atmosphere.
We have a really big group of fans that come out. They fill the stands mostly, and a really good student section that's real loud and stuff every night for us, and it gives us a lot of energy.
When he's not on the field, you'll find him volunteering in the community.
We have a local Lions club that I like to go volunteer and help out any time that they need stuff tore down or put up for an event.
And of course, farming comes first.
The food aspect of it is pretty important, but I also think drawing people together to help each other out.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
Frickin' football is here. Frickers has the games on all the screens, and you score with savings. Enjoy your favorite ice-cold domestic draft personal pitchers for only $6.50. A 48-ounce personal pitcher for only $6.50. And enjoy a plate of your favorite frickin' nachos for just $7. Take your frickin' pick. Frickin' chicken nachos, Mississippi barbecue nachos, or Nachos Supreme, only $7. This season, don't just be a football fan, be a Nacho fan. At the home for fun food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
Crown Battery, locally owned and operated, is pleased to support tonight's teams and takes this time to wish them luck for a successful season. The staff at Crown Battery recognizes the importance of teamwork both in and out of the classroom. That is why everyone at Crown Battery is a proud sponsor of not only tonight's broadcast, but a proud sponsor and contributor to our community, its athletic programs, and its educational infrastructure. Good luck and thank you from all the staff at Crown Battery, supplying you power since 1926.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92-1 The Wolf. 92-1 The Wolf, WOHF.
This is ONN.
Discover when video games become gambling at ChangeTheGameOhio.org. This message is brought to you by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Our thanks again to Tyler Brooks with the OHSAA for joining us tonight. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network.
Give your home the makeover it deserves at Fremont Floor Covering. Their knowledgeable staff can show you the many floor covering options available: carpet, vinyl, waterproof flooring, laminate, hardwood, and ceramic tile. Fremont Floor Covering has over 150 carpet and vinyl remnants to choose from. Schedule for a quality professional installation or do it yourself. Quality floor covering at affordable prices since 1997. 12 months, same as cash available. Fremont Floor Covering, near the corner of North Front and State Street.
Hi, I'm Nick Cray, CEO of Fremont Federal Credit Union. We are proud to sponsor high school sports on Eagle 99, 92.1 The Wolf, and 100.9 Coast Country. Stop into any of our convenient locations to check out the credit union difference. We offer checking account options with lots of perks, all with a free debit card, free online banking, and mobile access with the convenience of nationwide shared branching. Investing in our communities and our youth are what we're all about. Visit us today at fremontfcu.com. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont. All right, what's your name?
Mackenzie Vela.
And what is your favorite sport?
Volleyball.
And why volleyball?
Because I like to serve and hit the ball.
Now, do you like playing basketball because of your dad?
I like it.
Did your dad ever coach you?
Yes.
And what do you like or dislike about him coaching you?
He yells at me.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont.
PT Services, your premier hometown therapy provider, is now open at 1800 West State Street in Fremont, Ohio, offering physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech pathology, and wellness programs that focus on the health and well-being of our community. Their staff is dedicated to providing expert care as they help you achieve your goals. Ask your doctor to send you to PT Services Rehabilitation, providing individualized care to give you excellence in motion. For more information, visit them at ptsrehab.com.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, welcome back to halftime here in Clyde in this Sandusky Bay Conference Lake Division game. 34-0 is our halftime score. Clyde over Norwalk. And tonight's ball game brought to you by Fremont Federal Credit Union. They're our title sponsor, along with our pregame sponsor, UIS Insurance and Investments. After the game, it'll be Frozone frozen yogurt. Our game time temperature, which was 67 degrees and not raining, but now it's raining. 67 degrees, and Holler Sheet Metal was the sponsor for that. Sideline reports by Frickers tonight. Timeouts by Welding Insurance Group. The Red Zone sponsors Fremont Floor Covering, and after the game, we'll have a player of the game by Wendy's. Did you see that? We've had a couple of those. The Ice Centers of Northwest Ohio. And our touchdown sponsors, and we've had 5 touchdowns brought to you by Sunrise Co-op. And our in-game scoreboard brought to you by Fremont Athletic Supply. Just a few scores to pass along. How about this one over in Fremont? Toledo Central Catholic leading Fremont Ross in the second quarter 13-8, so that's a close ball game. Port Clinton leads over the Huron Tigers 14-7. That's in the first quarter. We've had some delays because of the weather. Bellevue in the second quarter leading over Sandusky 20-0. Seneca East over Upper Sandusky in the second 12-7. Now in the second, Columbian has taken a 20-10 lead over Perkins. Halftime, Oak Harbor 27, Willard 0. Second quarter, Hopewell Loudon 28 and Tiffin Calvert 0. Also, no score in the first quarter, Buckeye Central and Mohawk. Halftime, Elmwood 28, Genoa 7. And in the first quarter, Eden leads over Lakota 14-6. Also in the second quarter, it's Otsego 42 and Woodmore 0. Let's go over to Mike Martin right now. A few statistics to pass along in this 34-0 Clyde lead.
All right, John, thank you very much. You can kind of see why the score is what it is. Norwalk has 2 first downs, and Clyde has 15. Net yards rushing, Norwalk has 6, Clyde has 61. Net yards passing, Norwalk has 40, Clyde has 138. So total net yards, Norwalk has 46, Clyde has 199. Been a very well-played game as far as penalty goes. Norwalk has had 1 penalty for 15 yards. Clyde has had 1 penalty for 5 yards, and that's something that they have been able to clean up. At least Clyde's been able to clean up over the last couple weeks. We see them almost in double digits of penalties as of late for the last few games. Going into some individual stats for Norwalk, Daniel Trasak has had 8 attempts, and he has a net of 18 yards. Peyton Flores has had 2 attempts, and he's been sacked twice, so he's got negative 15 yards. Carson Bauman has 1 attempt for 2 yards. On the other side for Clyde, we've seen some younger guys being able to run the ball. Chance Miracle had 6 attempts, and he has 21 yards and 1 touchdown. Jay Plummer has 6 attempts. He has 15 yards. Clark Norman has 4 attempts. He has 11 yards, and he has 2 touchdowns. Dylan Overmeyer has had 3 attempts. He's got 12 yards. He has 1 touchdown. Passing, Peyton Flores has had 11 attempts, 3 completions, 1 interception for 40 yards. On the other side, Clyde, Jaden Cook has had 17 attempts, 13 completions, 0 interceptions, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown. Pass receiving, Sam Battles is the only one that has been able to catch a pass tonight. He's got 3 catches for 40 yards. On the other side for Clyde, a number of receivers have caught the ball. Brady Wilson with an outstanding catch that he made on the sideline. Brady Wilson has 4 catches, 65 yards. Will Lozier has 3 catches for 11 yards. Jay Plummer has 2 catches for 37. Andrew Cobble has 2 catches for 18. Dylan Overmeyer has 1 for 5. And Chance Miracle has 1 for 2. Punting the ball, Norwalk has punted the ball 4 times for an average of 27 yards. And Jaden Cook, after he had the 1 very bad punt, he's had 2 punts. But his average is 21 yards, so that's a little bit off of his 40-yard average that he's had. And that's about all I've got, John.
Okay, real good. Thank you, Mike, very much. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back and get ready for the second half of play. We will have a running clock to start out because it's 34-0 Clyde over Norwalk here. And this is 92-1 The Wolf.
PT Services, your premier hometown therapy provider, is now open at 1800 West State Street in Fremont, Ohio. Their clinic offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies, along with specialized wellness programs that focus on the health and well-being of our community. They work hard to offer individualized care that helps you achieve your rehabilitation and wellness goals. Ask your doctor to send you to PT Services Rehabilitation, providing individualized care to give you excellence in motion. For more information, visit them at ptsrehab.com.
Since 2009, Sunrise Cooperative has been a proud supporter of Fueling the Cure. Fueling the Cure is an initiative set up to fund the research at The Ohio State University to find experimental medicines and foods to benefit people afflicted with cancer. Without you, our customers, this initiative would not exist. But thanks to you and our partners, we have been able to donate over $1.7 million. Every propane delivery is another dollar to the cause. Call us at 419-668-3955 to get involved. Fueling the Cure with Sunrise Cooperative. Success grows here.
Hi, I'm Nick Cray, CEO of Fremont Federal Credit Union. We are proud to sponsor high school sports on Eagle 99, 92.1 The Wolf, and 100.9 Coast Country. Investing our communities and our youth are what we're all about. Whether it's for the community we live in or guiding people with the biggest financial decisions of their lives, we believe in people helping people. Investing in our communities and our youth is what we're all about. Visit us today at fremontfcu.com. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by the NCUA.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont. All right, what's your name?
Landon Sims.
And what grade are you in?
6th.
And what sports do you play?
Football, basketball, and baseball.
What's your favorite sport?
Football.
What's your favorite part of football?
Hitting.
And what position do you play?
Quarterback.
What do you love about quarterback?
That you get to throw the ball.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont.
We're making the impossible possible.
Join Stand Up to Cancer for one night. Tune in Saturday, August 21st at 8/7 Central on ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92-1 The Wolf. 92-1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, here we go. John Kearns and Mike Martin up in the press box as the rain continues to come down. We'll have a running clock here. Let's see, they did put a little bit more time on the clock, so we have about a minute and a half before we kick her off here. But, Clyde tonight, Mike, has taken advantage of short fields and turnovers, and that's what a good team does.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that Clyde has the ability to do is they've been switching up some running backs. We know Michael Daniels, who right now is number 3 in the conference with 899 yards and 15 touchdowns, has not seen the field at all. I don't know if they're resting him for the big game next week against Bellevue, but they have definitely people to fill in for him. Chance Miracle and Jay Plummer are doing a nice job, as well as Clark Norman. So they've got 3 younger guys that are able to come in, step it up, and get the job done. And obviously with 34 points on the board, they're doing what needs to be done.
Okay, programming note, tomorrow on 92.1 The Wolf, we'll have more high school football from Don Paul Stadium. It'll be Fremont St. Joe Central Catholic taking on a really good Gibsonburg team. 6:30 pregame, and the kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow afternoon on our sister station, Eagle 99, it'll be BGSU at Northern Illinois. Pregame at 2:30, kickoff at 3:30. Monday night on Eagle 99, the BGSU Coaches Show from 6 to 7 p.m. Wednesday, the Frickers High School Coaches Show from 7 to 8:30 p.m., and John Cullen will be the host that night. Next Thursday, the 21st on The Wolf, the Ryan Day Weekly Coaches Show at 8 o'clock. And then next Friday, a couple big ball games on 92.1 The Wolf. It's the Battle of Route 20, Bellevue at Clyde, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. And also, Fremont Ross will play their final regular season game on Eagle 99 at Whitmer. Again, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Ohio State's off this weekend. They'll play next Saturday against Indiana on the road, and that's a 7:30 kickoff, 6 o'clock pregame show. So I guess we're caught up, Mike, and we'll get ready for the second half. And again, we'll start with a short field. And again, the rule is if it's 30 or more, the clock will keep running for most instances. And if it goes under 30, they'll go back to regular.
It looks like to me, and I think Brad will probably be able to attest to this, that the rain is starting to come down pretty solid right now.
Oh, this is awesome down here. I tell you what, I'm glad they extended the warm-up session too, to give these guys a little bit more time to warm up. But yeah, it's coming down pretty good. All this nice weather we've had. I think this is that turning point in the season now, where I think it gets a little colder after this, and I get to enjoy that transition.
Yeah, you knew it had to happen, Brad.
Of course. Hey, week 9, it's been great up to this point.
Yeah, and it's so windy that they've just attempted to put the ball in the tee 2 times. It's just been blown off, so now they have to have somebody come in. That would be Jesse Harris to hold the ball for the kicker so it doesn't blow off the tee.
All right, here we go. So Norwalk will kick it off, and the Flyers will get the ball first here in the second half. And it's going to be an onside try, Mike. And does Norwalk get it or not? I don't think they do, but it was a nice attempt.
That's
a nice attempt.
They've got to try to do whatever they can right now. And, they're giving the ball to Clyde, very short field. And this is going to be something that they're probably going to pay for right now.
Well, when you're down 34-0, you got to do a few things like that, I guess. And the ball's at the 45, so the Flyers will take over again. The clock will run. And there's just a few instances when it'll stop, maybe an injury or they call a timeout or end of the quarter, things like that. But on incomplete passes or things like that, they'll just keep it running. All right, so here's the first play of the second half from the 45-yard line to the 48. And let's see who carried the ball that time. And once again, quite a few carries this time by the sophomore for Clyde right there, Chancey Miracle.
Yeah, and he's, like I said, John, he's doing a nice job of picking up the load right there and getting that extra 5 yards.
And we'll give him 4 yards, as a matter of fact, from the 45 to the 49. Second down and 6 for the Flyers. Quarterback will be Jaden Cook. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to left. Clyde moving to our left, and there is the sophomore again in Miracle. He has an open field. He gets it inside the 30 all the way to the 26-yard line. Big, long run, and boy, he hit that hole real quick.
Yeah, he did a nice job going through that hole. And one thing I'd like to see with what he did there, the defender, which was Rothrar, coming up to his right side, he switched the ball into his left hand. A nice job, and kept it away from the defender. So, you know, he's got some ball handling skills as well.
Off the 27-yard line, as a matter of fact, into Norwalk. 34-0 already here in the third quarter with a running clock. Cook waiting for the snap. Gets it, hands it off. And I believe once again it'll be Miracle. He gets it down to the 23. So they'll likely keep the ball on the ground quite a bit here in the second half. And no need to air it out here under the weather conditions and the score.
Yeah, and, you know, Clyde right now, starting this third quarter, has their first team unit in. And, you know, they're still able to control that line of scrimmage.
Second down and 6 from the 23. Moving toward the scoreboard here at Clyde Stadium. Hand off. And look at this. It's going to be another first down to the 13-yard line. And Miracle once again. At least 10 yards on that one. So first down.
Yeah, he had 21 net yards at the in the first half, and I think he's already getting close to that. Sam Battles had to come up from his safety spot to make that stop.
Clyde at the 13 of Norwalk. In the rain here. Cook. Again, Miracle behind him. And he's going to get it once again. Up the middle to the 4-yard line. Boy, he hits that hole very, very quickly. And he's going to see a lot of football in his career here at Clyde.
Yeah, as a sophomore, you know, he's getting a lot of experience right now against, you know, a formidable Norwalk defensive front.
7:55 to go, and there is a mishandled snap. And it'll be marked down at about the 7 or 8 yard line. And that was just handled right there by Jaden Cook. And again, you know, being the senior, just playing it smart. Don't try to make something out of nothing, and just make sure you got control of the ball, go down, and then go to the next play.
Yeah, because the defense was right there on that time. So, you know, smart move.
So right now it's third down and 4 at the 7-yard line. Here's Miracle. And Miracle goes to about the 5, and he's hit.
I think that's going to be just short of a first down. And here comes Clark Norman in now in the backfield, as well as Dylan Overmeyer.
Okay. Boy, this clock going fast. It hasn't stopped. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ball's at the 5. It'll be fourth down and about a yard to yard and a half for the Flyers here. As Mike said, 2 in the backfield. Hand off and a touchdown. Easy right there.
That would be Dylan Overmeyer that time.
Overmeyer for 5 yards out. Now that will stop the clock because of the score at 6:40. Now it's 40-0.
Yeah, Clark Norman led through there. That was like an ISO play. Norman was supposed to get up on a linebacker, and there was no linebacker there for him to block. And that was a nice job of Overmeyer just cutting off of that and being able to get it up and getting across the goal line.
Dickman in for the extra point try. McCoy Dickman. Up. He missed his last one. This one's good. 41-0. So we'll take a timeout. Third quarter of play. It's all Clyde here tonight in this SBC game. 41-0 over Norwalk. This is 92-1 The Wolf.
The holidays will be here before you know it. Are you and your home ready for hosting all that extended family, extended meals, and extended wear and tear on your floors? Get ahead of the holiday hustle. Right now at Lottich & Sons Flooring America, it's the family-friendly flooring sale. Save big before the holidays and get special financing. Shop in-store and online. When it comes to flooring, trust the place where friends send friends. Lodich & Sons Flooring America, 702 Stone Street in Fremont. Subject to credit approval, minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Hello, it's Pete with Sunrise. I found another interesting fact I wanted to share. Did you know that being behind a slow-moving combine for 5 miles equals the same amount of time you would spend getting stuck at 2 red lights in town? Keep this in mind and give our farmers some room to work and give yourself the opportunity to appreciate all the fall colors of the season. Being safe and going slow behind a combine has to be more enjoyable than sitting through 2 traffic lights in town. Sunrise Cooperative. Success grows here.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92-1 The Wolf. 92-1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, the kickoff for Clyde, and it's handled by Cohen Clausing. He kind of had to go down. The ball kind of slipped out of his hands, and it goes dead at the 23-yard line. So Norwalk has the football right here. That last touchdown was another $100 will be donated to the Fueling the Cure, thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. Norwalk with Flores. He rolls to his left. He throws it, and it's batted down, incomplete.
Norwalk pass broken up by Dylan Overmeyer.
Yeah, he had a little bit of time that on that play. He was rolling to his left and was out of the pocket. Threw it behind the receiver. Dylan Overmeyer was able to reach out and get his hand on it, but that wasn't a pass that was even going to be close to being completed.
And we'll go down to Brad Bannister in our Frickers sideline report in just a moment. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass, but the clock keeps on running. And there's another incomplete pass to the far side. Cade Staley couldn't handle that one. A little bit high for him. Brad, some comments in the rain. Oh, no, it stopped for a moment.
Yeah, for a moment here, I got a little chance to breathe. Just spoke real quick with Coach Matt Flewelling. He mentioned 8 drives, 6 touchdowns. That's pretty efficient offense by the Clyde Fliers.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Clock at 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now it's 41-0 Clyde. Our sideline reports tonight brought to you by the Fremont Frickers as Flores on 3rd and 10 throws it, and it's going to be caught. Nope, it's going to be dropped at the 30. Out of bounds anyway.
Yeah, that time he was getting chased by Dylan Overmeyer and Blue Norman, 2 of Clyde's, Norman the leader in sacks and Overmeyer the leader in tackles. He was not going to get out of that one.
So punting situation from the Truckers, the ball's at the 23. All Clyde here tonight. And this second half should go along pretty quickly because of the running clock. We're down to just over 4 minutes to play in the third. And the punt coming up. Boy, it's going to be off the side of the foot, and it'll go, actually it's not as bad as I thought. It's going to go out of bounds at the Clyde 43.
Yeah, got up in the wind a little bit and took a nice hop. So that was looking like it was going to be a pretty poor punt, but got some good yardage out of it. But still, good field position for Clyde. Looks like they're keeping a lot of their starters in right now.
Ball will be at the 44-yard line for the Flyers when they start this drive right here. And we have a momentary timeout, so the clock stopped for the moment at 4:06.
A couple of scores here at Bellevue in the third quarter, 32-0 over Sandusky. Central Catholic and Ross at half, still 13-8. Columbian 20, Perkins 10 at half, just to give you some scores.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to say our scores brought to you by the Fremont Athletic Supply. All right, let's see who's in there at quarterback. Do we have the same guys, or let's take a quick look. There's a handoff, nonetheless, to the 49-yard line for the ball carrier. And Clark Norman with the carry that time. Who did we get at quarterback, Mike?
13.
Number 13, that's Drake Goon, a sophomore.
All right, so we have our second quarterback for the Flyers tonight. So Jaden Cook appears to be done for the evening, and Drake Goon is the quarterback right now. 2nd down and 5. Clyde has it from our right to left. They're moving toward the scoreboard here in the third with 3 minutes to go. They lead 41-0 over Norwalk. High snap and a handoff, and it'll be a loss on the play this time.
Yeah, that was just a one of those. He's lucky that he was able to hang on to it, and then Goon handed it off to Norman, and right at the time it was handed off, big number 51 was there, Brock Clark, 5'11", 220 pounds. Didn't allow that to get anything at all. Clyde was actually lucky to hang on to it.
Ball's at the 49 of Clyde. They have it. Moving to our left. Big lead. Goon waits for the snap. Hands it off. And nope, no gain on the play. Maybe getting back to the 49 is all. Norman again for the 3rd straight time. And it's 4th and 5 for the Flyers. Clock at 2:10 in the 3rd quarter. Boy,
Yep.
running clock, it goes fast.
Yeah, and Clyde pretty much subbed the whole offensive line in and the backfield. So, and obviously Norwalk kept all their starters in.
Well, you can see a sizable difference in
absolutely
in the heights and weights,
Yeah.
Norwalk's defense and the Clyde offense, just by looking from up here.
Yeah, it is definitely a huge difference.
All right, punting situation for the Flyers. Little high snap, but here's the punt. And it's off by Cook. And not a good punt, but he gets a little bit of a roll, goes out of bounds at the 29. So he's a little rough night tonight, punting.
Yeah, and that, again, is into the wind. It's pretty stiff wind down there, and looked like it did get off the side of his foot. So, and it was high. The one really good punt that he had was low. It was like one of my 7-iron shots that, just kind of get off the ground a couple inches, and it travels quite a ways, but not real pretty.
All 3 punts, I believe, have been into the wind to the west.
Yes.
All right, 30-yard line for Norwalk here with 1:28 to go before the end of the 3rd quarter, and they'll have the ball. Let's see if Flores stays in there at quarterback or they bring somebody else in with Clyde on top 41-0. There's a quarterback keeper to the 31. And new quarterback in there. It's number 8 this time, Ryan Fox. Now, Ryan Fox is the punter and the place kicker on this team, and the quarterback as well. So 1 yard for Fox. Here's the pass, complete to about the 38-yard line. Let's see who the receiver is on the far side. And it's going to be number 10. I think that's
the quarterback out there.
Flores, who started the game, played all the game as quarterback. He made a reception as a receiver. And it's going to be 1 yard to go on 3rd and 1 and a 1st down for Norwalk. And Tracek, I believe, carried the ball.
Yeah, they're having a little bit more success with that different defensive line that Clyde has in there right now, and they've pretty much changed up all of their defense, secondary, linebackers, and the line.
Last play of the quarter, that goes to the 48-yard line. There's a catch by Flores, and he might score. He is going toward the end zone, and he will put Norwalk on the board for the first time with no time left on the clock in the 3rd quarter. How about that one?
Yeah, that's one of those things that when you look at maybe what he could have done, maybe Coach Fox is thinking, well, maybe I had the wrong guy out there at receiver and the wrong guy in the backfield. But you're still going against Clyde's seconds and thirds. And he didn't have any pressure at all to be able to make that throw.
I think that went about 52 yards for a pass and a catch and a touchdown. Here's the extra point. It's up and good. And it should be Ryan Fox, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter because that touchdown took place right at the end. And we have to remind you, with that touchdown, another $100 will be donated to the Fueling for the Cure thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. Our score, Clyde 41 and Norwalk, now it says 6. Did he miss that?
There's no way he missed that.
I thought he
did. He, Brad?
I didn't think he missed it.
No, that was a boot. I mean, that thing would have
right
been
down
out
the
in
middle.
lane 3.
Well, it says 41-6, but it might be 41-7. When we come back, we'll let you know for sure. This is WOHF 92.1 The Wolf.
Get the ultimate in carpet performance that is pet and kid friendly with carpeting from Fremont Floor Covering. See the new styles that are made of sure soft nylon with built-in microban technology and a lifetime pet and soil resistant warranty. This carpeting is also backed by a 100-day consumer satisfaction warranty. See store for details. For easy maintenance carpet, get to Fremont Floor Covering near the corner of North Front and State Street in Fremont. Good luck for a winning season.
Planning ahead just makes sense. Let Hanneman Chudzinski Keller Funeral Home help give you peace of mind. They understand and want you to know that by making arrangements in advance, they can help you create a celebration of a lifetime and spare your family unnecessary stress. Get started today with a free booklet filled with funeral planning information and ideas. Call or visit them at HannemanFH.com. Hanneman Chudzinski Keller Funeral Home. They've expanded their family to better serve yours.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92-1 The Wolf. 92-1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Yeah, we start the fourth quarter 41-7, and the extra point was good. They just put the point up late on the scoreboard. But another onside kick try for Norwalk, and they're 0 for 2 tonight, Mike.
Yeah, they're trying everything they can to get a little opportunity, maybe get a little spark, but all they're doing is giving Clyde a great field position.
All right, let's see if Goon stays in there at quarterback. The ball is at the 48 of Norwalk. And Goon will hand it off. And let's see if this is Norman again. Clark Norman, number 29.
I believe it was.
Just about a yard is all on that one. Fourth quarter.
Sam Battles again coming up and making that stop.
Checking in for Clyde is Drake Goon, who's a wide receiver. And a quarterback, obviously. The quarterback right now is Goon, as I said. He ran over to the sidelines. That's what threw me off. Talking to Coach Ryan Carter. Gets the play and then goes back in.
Yeah, that was a tough pass right there. Ben Rothauer was right there, and he almost picked that off. That could have been a quick pick 6.
No gain. 3rd down and 9 for the Flyers. And, again, Goon, the quarterback, is also listed as a wide receiver on this team. Young sophomore now trips to the left side, singles receiver to the right. Norman will get it, and he goes forward to about the 44. And we'll check in with Brad Bannister. Anytime you have any comments, Brad, just step in.
Hey, will do. I'm just trying to check everything out down here. It looks like Norwalk still has their starting defensive unit in, so it's a tough task for these 2s and 3s for Clyde.
Oh, absolutely. Dalton Stefani right there. He's a senior, 6'1", 240, is the one that just wrapped Norman up, and Norman thought he was going to be able to run through that, but not quite.
4th down and about 6 now for Clyde in Norwalk territory, moving to the right, away from the scoreboard right now. Clock at 9:20 to go in the game. We're in the fourth quarter. 41-7 is our score. Now we have a timeout.
And the clock is still moving. I'm not sure why the clock is still moving if they got a timeout.
I thought I heard a whistle. No, I guess they just changed their minds. What happened is that they were going to go for it. Now they decided to bring the punt team in, so it really wasn't a timeout.
Okay.
So Cook is usually the punter. I think he's out there. 4th down.
And that should be illegal participation, but they're going to let that slide.
Boy, that's a nice long punt, grabbed at the 5-yard line for Norwalk, and they'll bring it back. And they have some room, and they'll go to the 28, 29-yard line. Bringing it back will be Jesse Cole.
Yeah, Norwalk had a guy that was running off the field. He got about to the numbers when they snapped the ball, which would have made 12 players on the field, but the official kind of turned his head like, yeah, that really didn't happen.
Did I see that or not?
We're just going to let that one go. That would not have been enough to give Clyde a first down anyway.
8:25 to go. We're in the 4th quarter, 41-7 Clyde. Looking forward to next week as they will host Bellevue in the big ball game. There's a pass play that's caught by Sam Battles, and Battles will go forward for about 4 yards, up to the 34.
That was a nice job out there on the defense to be able to wrap him up and get him down. I can't quite get a number on that, but.
Hand off, another big run. Let's see if this is Tracek or not. And it will be. Boy, he goes to the Clyde 49 long run that time for Daniel Tracek.
And Connor Davis was able to make that stop.
Norwalk can score again, then it'll go back to the regular clock. And there's a nice pass all the way down the field.
And
up for grabs. Is it intercepted?
Or is it caught? I think
maybe it was
I
caught.
think it went off the defender, and he was able to haul that in.
Way down at the 20-yard line.
That is a catch.
Boy, how about that? I thought it was going to be a Clyde interception.
Yeah, I mean, it did go off the Clyde defender, but Battles was able to rip that away from the defender and come down with it.
7 minutes to play in the game, but if Norwalk scores, they'll go back to a regular clock and not a running clock. Tracek again gets a couple yards to about the 18. 41-7 is our score, but Norwalk threatening again in the red zone. And we should say that our red zone sponsor tonight is Fremont Floor Covering.
And we have a penalty. Brad, what was that penalty?
John, I didn't see a whole lot of anything down here. It was late when it came in, so I'm not sure what they called. I'll try to get a clarification down here.
It's our Frickers sideline report, the 10-yard line. And the quarterback is Ryan Fox, and he throws it out of bounds on the far side. Clock running with 6 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, he was being chased out of bounds by 3 Clyde defenders.
Ball's at the 10, up Clyde. Norwalk threatening here in the 4th quarter. Fox flags down. Here's the throw. Catch made. And getting close to the goal line and in is the receiver, but will account. That's Cade Staley, but
we've got illegal motion on Norwalk, so that's coming back.
Yep. Motion. That'll cost him 5 yards and no touchdown. 5:20 to go in this football game here in Clyde, Ohio. John Cullen will be back with you next week as Bellevue comes to town for week number 10. Here's Fox throwing it to Tracek. Missed tackle. Tracek goes to the 1-yard line and is tackled out there. And I believe the tackle for Clyde was Miracle.
Yep, Chance Miracle made that touchdown-saving tackle.
Ball's at the 1. 3rd down for Norwalk and does, Tracek goes in for the touchdown. He's a big guy. And now the clock will go back to regular, I think.
Yes.
It's 41-13 on that score. Oh, well, let's see. We don't have the score on the board yet, but they did put the ball back at the 3 for the 2-point conversion, or what they're going to do here. Yep. They'll try the extra point. on the kick. So just 1 point here. And Fox in. And Fox's kick is up, and it's good. So now 41-14. And I will have to take a break. We'll be back after this on 92.1 The Wolf.
Are you overpaying on your monthly car payment? Consider refinancing with Firelands Federal Credit Union. When you refinance an auto loan with Firelands Federal Credit Union, a team of financial professionals work to help you lower your interest rate, decrease your monthly payment, or pay off your auto loan faster. Plus, now through November 6, 2021, when you refinance an auto loan to Firelands Federal Credit Union, they'll make your first payment and you'll receive a $150 gas card. Apply online or schedule an appointment to get started at firelandsfcu.org or by calling 1-800-276-5775 today.
Looking for insurance but have a language barrier? See Welty Insurance Group for a comprehensive quote that you can understand. Welty agents will take the time to explain policies and benefits to you, even in Spanish or sign language. Our family protecting yours. Call Welty Insurance Group for insurance quotes you can trust at 419-334-4477. Welty Insurance Group, representing Erie Insurance in Sandusky, Fremont, Tiffin, Fostoria, and Cary, and at weltyinsurance.com.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Well, for the third time in the second half, Norwalk goes on for an onside kick, and they do not get this one either, so they're 0 for 3. We do have a regular clock now since it's under 30 points at 41-14. But Clyde only has to get rid of about 4.5 minutes, and this game will be over anyway.
Yeah. And you know Clyde's going to keep that ball on the ground. They're just going to, chew this clock up and get a couple first downs here. And Norwalk still has all their first teamers then.
Okay, here's a handoff, and coming to this side, the near side being pushed out of bound. I believe that was Norman.
Yeah, Norman showed a little bit of speed getting around that corner and being able to bring it up the field.
Clark Norman with the carry gets a first down. And he gets it all the way down to the Norwalk 38. But that will stop the clock with 4:19. Now they'll start it back up.
Yeah, he'll learn that, instead of trying to get that extra 1 to half a yard, just go down inbounds. He's going to get tackled anyway. Keep that clock rolling.
Norman stays in there as the running back, and Goon is out right now, and they brought back in Jaden Cook. So Jaden Cook is a quarterback. So Cook played most of the game, and then Goon came in. Now back to Cook as the QB. Only a yard on the play. Now we're at 3:34 to go in the game. Fourth quarter, 41-14, Clyde over Norwalk.
Yeah, Dylan Overmeyer's back in there. It looks like they've got pretty much their whole offensive line, the starting offensive line back in. So they're looking to put that 30-point lead on it again.
Going off left tackle is the running back, Dylan Overmeyer. Overmeyer will get it to the 40-yard line. Third down. Well, Mike, after the game, we'll have to choose a player of the game, sponsored by Wendy's. So you have to give some thought into that. And also Brad down on the sidelines. I'll defer to you two.
I've got a pretty good idea right now. It's going to be kind of tough. We had a lot of outstanding efforts, but got somebody in mind right now.
Handoff, Norman. And goes to about the 29. He's going to be a little bit short of the first down, I believe. The clock keeps running with 2:20 to go in the game. Next week, Bellevue here at Clyde. And Norwalk will play at home against Tiffin Columbia. And Sandusky will play Perkins. It's going to be 4th down and 1 at the 29 for Clyde. Handoff. Norman, nope, he's going to be brought down past the line of scrimmage, and Norwalk will take over as he is unable to make the first down. 1:49 on the clock.
Yeah, Drew Shope was right there in the backfield, was able to make that stop. And it looks like Clyde is sending out their number one defense now. So since Norwalk kept their number ones out, Clyde decided, okay, well, we're going to bring our number ones back out here and see if we can put an end to this game.
Mike, I think there's some frustration down here on the Clyde sideline by kind of how Norwalk continued to leave their starters in, and I could sense it coming from the whole sideline down here. They weren't happy with how that unfolded,
and rightfully so.
All right, here's a pass, and going to be incomplete.
And I can see Clyde sending everybody.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Quarterback remains as Fox. Ryan Fox, number 8, minute 45 on the clock. Incomplete pass. The ball is at the 30-yard line of Norwalk. Norwalk moving from our right to left.
And they are sending.
Fox will throw it, and it's going to be
picked off.
Is that picked off? And I believe
it is intercepted.
Let's see who it is.
Was that, Brad, could you see, was that Caden Olson that picked that off?
He's celebrating quite a bit down here.
I believe that was Caden Olson that got that deflection and picked it off. Did a nice job of keeping his feet inbounds. And that number one team defense, first team defense, is back on the field. Or offense, I'm sorry.
Looks like they'll just take a knee here because they just have to do it a few times as we're down to minute 33. And Norwalk really doesn't need to take any timeouts, so they'll take a knee like 3 times, and this game should be over and in the books, and they'll start right away getting ready for the Bellevue Redmen. Probably the coaches tonight, right?
Oh, they know everything that's on the line, and this game that's coming up next week, there's nothing that the coaches are going to have to do to get these kids up for the game, but the preparation is going to be pretty serious, but players from both sides, Bellevue as well as Clyde, need no extra stimulation for that game.
50 seconds on the clock, another knee, 3rd down. They'll just have to do it one more time, and this will be in the books for the Clyde Fliers as they lead 41-14 in this football game in the SBC Lake Division. One more knee for Cook, and that will do her. Our final score here tonight in a fast second half. Clyde 41 and Norwalk 14. Will have the post-game show coming up after this. This is 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
PT Services, your premier hometown therapy provider, is now open at 1800 West State Street in Fremont, Ohio. Their clinic offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies, along with specialized wellness programs that focus on the health and well-being of our community. They work hard to offer individualized care that helps you achieve your rehabilitation and wellness goals. Ask your doctor to send you to PT Services Rehabilitation, providing individualized care to give you excellence in motion. For more information, visit them at ptsrehab.com.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont. All right, what's your name?
Mackenzie Vela.
And what is your favorite sport?
Volleyball.
And why volleyball?
Because I like to serve and hit the ball.
Now, do you like playing basketball because of your dad?
I like it.
Does your dad ever coach you?
Yes.
And what do you like or dislike about him coaching you?
He yells at me.
Get in the game at Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont.
Hi, I'm Nick Cray, CEO of Fremont Federal Credit Union. We are proud to sponsor high school sports on Eagle 99, 92.1 The Wolf, and 100.9 Coast Country. Investing our communities and our youth are what we're all about. Whether it's for the community we live in or guiding people with the biggest financial decisions of their lives, we believe in people helping people. Investing in our communities and our youth is what we're all about. Visit us today at fremontfcu.com. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by the NCUA.
Frickin' football is here. Frickers has the games on all the screens and you score with savings. Enjoy your favorite ice-cold domestic draft personal pictures for only $6.50. A 48-ounce personal picture for only $6.50. And enjoy a plate of your favorite frickin' nachos for just $7. Take your frickin' pick. Frickin' chicken nachos, Mississippi barbecue nachos, or Nachos Supreme, only $7. This season, don't just be a football fan, be a Nacho fan. At the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits, Frickers.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92-1 The Wolf. 92-1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, welcome back to Clyde. The Flyers win it tonight 41-14 in a fast-moving game. And they are now 7-2 in all games on the season, 3-1 inside the SBC Lake. We'll check a few scores right now before we get down to Brad, who will talk to the coach when they break up their meeting here. In-game scoreboard brought to you by the Fremont Athletic Supply. Third quarter, Toledo Central Catholic 20, Fremont Ross 8. Third quarter, Port Clinton 21, Huron 7. Let's see, we have Bellevue 32 and Snuskey 7 in the third quarter. Seneca East 20, Upper Snuskey 7. Columbian 26, Perkins 10. That's at halftime. Mohawk 13, Buckeye Central nothing in the first. Halftime, Hopewell 11-35 and Calvert 7. Halftime, Oak Harbor 27, Willard nothing. Elmwood in the third over Genoa 35-7. And also, guess that's it for the scores right now. Again, brought to you by Fremont Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont. Coach Carter talking to his team, just ready to break up, and then we'll get down to Brad for an interview. And Mike right now is getting ready for the stats. But let's go down to Brad right now.
All right, Coach Carter getting a hug from his daughter, always a little more important than I am. Coach, boy, these endings, man, they never go down easy, do they? No, the way some choose to finish the game, I've never been a big fan of. But anyway, hey, you guys had a dominating performance today all around. A little bit about your team today.
Yeah, I was pleased with our kids, coming out with a focus and a sense of urgency. I thought we played really well early. We got ourselves into a spot where, we were able to rest some guys, get some guys in there, and that's huge in a game like this. I thought we came out in the second half, had a good first drive, put ourselves together in a good spot, and finished it off well. Like I said going in, Coach Fox's team do a great job. Their kids were not going to quit, so we knew we had to come tonight ready to play, and I think our kids did that.
Yeah, a little bit about the homecoming weekend. Do the kids look at it a little different than any other weekend?
No, I don't think so. I think it's the status quo for them and us up until, tomorrow, where they get to enjoy themselves a little bit. I told them we're going to enjoy tonight's win just like any other one, and we'll get ourselves ready for Bellevue tomorrow.
All right, well, hey, we wish you the best of luck next week, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. Our Frickers sideline reports. How about some numbers from Mike Martin?
All right, Norwalk had 8 first downs tonight. Clyde had 19. Net yards rushing. Norwalk had 46. Clyde had 145 net yards passing. Norwalk had 138. Clyde had 138, so pretty even there. So total net yards on the night, Norwalk had 184 and Clyde had 283. And a lot of those yards that Norwalk had came in the very end of the game when Clyde had their seconds in. Looking at penalties, a very well-played game tonight as far as penalties go. Norwalk had 2 penalties for 20 yards, and Clyde had 2 for 13 yards. Time of possession, Norwalk had the ball for 16 minutes and 51 seconds. Clyde had the ball for 31 minutes and 9 seconds. Individual stats, rushing the ball for Norwalk, Daniel Tracek had 12 attempts, 57 yards. And he had a touchdown as well. Peyton Flores had 3 attempts and negative 14 yards with the sacks. Carson Bauman had 2 attempts for 2 yards. Rushing for Clyde, Chance Miracle had 13 attempts, 77 yards, and 1 touchdown. Clark Norman had 13 attempts, 41 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jay Plummer had 6 attempts, 15 yards. Dylan Overmeyer had 5 attempts, 18 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Passing for Norwalk, Peyton Flores threw the ball 14 times, completed it 3 times, had 1 intercepted. He had a total of 40 yards and 0 touchdowns. On the other side for Clyde, Jaden Cook threw the ball 17 times, had it completed 13 times, 138 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake Goon threw the ball 1 time, and it was incomplete. Going back to Norwalk, Ryan Fox, he was the bright spot when he came in to throw the ball. And Ryan Fox had 8 attempts. He completed 5 of those. He had 1 intercepted. He had 98 yards, and he had 1 touchdown. Pass receiving for Norwalk, Sam Battles, he had 5 catches, 74 yards. Peyton Flores, when they switched him from quarterback to wide receiver, he had 2 catches. He had 52 yards. He had 1 touchdown. Daniel Tracek had 1 catch for 12 yards. Pass receiving for Clyde, Brady Wilson, bright spot tonight, made a big catch, which, kind of opened it up and set the stage for Clyde to put some points on the board and continue that momentum. Brady Wilson had 4 catches. He had 65 yards. Will Lozier had 3 catches for 11 yards. Jay Plummer had 2 catches, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. Andrew Cabo had 2 catches for 18 yards. Dylan Overmeyer had 1 catch for 5 yards. Chance Miracle had 1 catch for 2 yards. Punting, Ryan Fox had 5 punts for a total of 142 yards. His average is 28.4. His long was 41, which when he was kicking with the wind, he was able to get his foot in it. Jaden Cook, kind of off his average tonight. He had 4 punts, a total of 104 yards for an average of 26 yards.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike Martin. Our post-game show is brought to you by Frozone, frozen yogurt in downtown Tiffin. And we'll have more of the show in just a moment. This is WOHF 92.1 The Wolf.
Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by Frozone Frozen Yogurt, Tiffin's spot for premium frozen yogurt. We'll head back to the stadium after this on the BAS Sports Radio Network.
Are you craving something sweet? Maybe salty? Check out Frozone in downtown Tiffin. It's a fun spot to meet up with family and friends. At Frozone, you can create your own masterpiece with 12 different flavors of frozen yogurts and more than 30 yummy toppings. Finish your creation off with hot fudge, caramel, or peanut butter sauce, and then dig in with our magical spoons. Frozone Frozen Yogurt, located at 114 South Washington Street in Tiffin. Open 7 days a week. Make sure to like and follow Frozone Tiffin on Facebook and Instagram.
Eagle 99 and 92.1 The Wolf invite you to the Oria Fremont Kelly Services huge hiring event on Monday. We'll be broadcasting from 10 to 1. Oria is looking for machine operators on 2nd and 3rd shifts with competitive wages and benefits. In-person job interviews will be conducted on site. Oria Fremont, located at 400 South Stone Street and Hayes Avenue. Just look for the Kelly Mobile Branch in the parking lot and the Eagle 99 92.1 The Wolf van.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! What are you talking about? I'm not ready to think about Christmas yet. Well, maybe you should. It's not that far away. I don't have money for Christmas. Dude, it's been an expensive year. How can I even think about shopping when I'm broke? Haven't you heard Fremont Federal Credit Union has a holiday 12-12-12 loan? They can hook you up. Hold on. A 12-12-12 what? A holiday 12-12-12 loan. It's a loan for $1,200. Really? With that money, I can buy my girl a nice gift. A necklace and earrings, a watch. An engagement ring? What? I don't think so. I'm not ready for all that. Now you sound like her. Dude, stop rushing me. She'd probably tell you no anyhow.
It's never too early to plan for the holidays. Visit FremontFCU.com for details. 12-month term with monthly payments as low as $112. Monthly payments subject to change based on credit qualifications. Annual percentage rate is 13.955%.
Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92.1 The Wolf. 92.1 The Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, welcome back to the Frozone postgame show, and tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Wendy's. Stop by your local Wendy's on your way home from the game to taste fresh, never frozen, made to crave burgers, or treat yourself to a tasty frozen Frosty. Wendy's with locations in Sandusky, Fremont, Port Clinton, Clyde, Huron, and Vermilion. And we'll go to Mike Martin with the announcement of tonight's Clyde Player of the Game.
We looked at a couple of players that obviously, would have been nominees for this. Clark Norman had a good game. Brady Wilson had a good game. Those two obviously we could have chosen them. Clark Norman, I'm sorry. He did a nice job, had 41 yards. But we're going to give the player of the game to Chance Miracle. He had 13 attempts, 77 yards, and just ran hard and was able to come in for Michael Daniels. And between those two running backs, Miracle was able to pick up the yards that were needed. So I think Chance Miracle is going to be the player of the game.
There you go. So he will get a free combo of his choice at the local Wendy's, and football players love to eat. So that's give them food. They'll love that. We're going to have one more segment. We'll be right back with our final segment of the evening. 41-14, our final score. Clyde over Norwalk. This is 92-1 the Wolf.
Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by Frozone Frozen Yogurt, Tiffin's spot for premium frozen yogurt. We'll head back to the stadium after this on the BAS Sports Radio Network.
Are you craving something sweet? Maybe salty? Check out Frozone in downtown Tiffin. It's a fun spot to meet up with family and friends. At Frozone, you can create your own masterpiece with 12 different flavors of frozen yogurts and more than 30 yummy toppings. Finish your creation off with hot fudge, caramel, or peanut butter sauce, and then dig in with our magical spoons. Frozone Frozen Yogurt, located at 114 South Washington Street in Tiffin. Open 7 days a week. Make sure to like and follow Frozone Tiffin on Facebook and Instagram.
Eric from Wendy's here to tell you about our newest addition to the Made to Crave menu, the Big Bacon Cheddar Sandwich. It all starts with a fresh, never frozen patty or a classic chicken filet. Add American cheese, our new bacon jam, 3 strips of bacon, onion tanglers, creamy cheddar cheese spread, and a new toasted cheddar bun. Take a bite into this sweet, cheesy sandwich for a taste like never before. Parlay this amazing sandwich with Wendy's new and improved fries, and you'll be saying, now that's my Wendy's.
ACJ Overhead Door of Fremont are your installation and service experts, specializing in both residential and commercial garage doors and operators. Don't risk trying to do the repairs yourself, especially when it comes to broken springs. Let the professionals at ACJ take care of that for you. If you're looking to upgrade your garage door, ACJ offers a full line of doors from economy to premium to fit any budget, with free estimates on installation. ACJ Overhead Door, serving Sandusky and surrounding counties. For more information, call 419-341-6586 or online at acjoverheaddoor.com.
Crown Battery, locally owned and operated, is pleased to support tonight's teams and takes this time to wish them luck for a successful season. The staff at Crown Battery recognizes the importance of teamwork both in and out of the classroom. That is why everyone at Crown Battery is a proud sponsor of not only tonight's broadcast, but a proud sponsor and contributor to our community, its athletic programs, and its educational infrastructure. Good luck and thank you from all the staff at Crown Battery, supplying you power since 1926.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. 92-1 the Wolf. 92-1 the Wolf, WOHF.
Okay, 41-14 our final. Clyde over Norwalk. Some final comments from Mike Martin.
Yeah, one thing that Clyde definitely did not do is overlook Norwalk, because they got the big game that's coming in next week here at Clyde. So, Coach Carter, like he said, enjoy this one and definitely get ready for that battle of Route 20.
Okay, Brad, some final comments.
Just an overall dominating performance by Clyde, I think, in all 3 facets of the game.
I'm not sure if your mic's on. I'm not sure if we're on here. So,
I got it on here.
Is it? Okay. Here, why don't you just get mics there.
Here we go. Thank you. Overall, I just think it was a really dominating performance by Clyde. All 3 facets of the game. Offensively, defensively, special teams. It's kind of one of those things where you go into a game against Bellevue coming up next weekend. Did you play too well? Do you want a really good game rolling in? Sometimes it's better to get their attention with a closer game. But one thing's for certain, Coach Carter will definitely have their attention, get them focused rolling forward.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Great working with you, and maybe we can do it again someday. And next week we'll bring back John Cullen, who was off for tonight. Don't forget, we have high school football again tomorrow night right here on the Wolf, as Gibsonburg will be in Fremont to take on St. Joe Central Catholic. Pregame show at 6:30 and the kickoff at 7. And then next week, the big game, Friday night, Bellevue at Clyde, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock the kickoff. And our game tonight has been brought to you by our title sponsor, Fremont Federal Credit Union. Our pregame sponsor was the UIS Insurance and Investments. Postgame sponsor, Frozone Frozen Yogurt in downtown Tiffin. Our game time temperature was 67, and that was by Holler Sheet Metal. In-game scoreboard by Fremont Athletic Supply. Sideline reports by Frickers. The timeouts by Waldy Insurance Group. The red zone sponsor was Fremont Floor Covering. Player of the game, which was a chance miracle, was Wendy's. A couple times tonight. Did you see that? A couple big plays brought to you by Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. And the touchdown sponsors, we had 8 touchdowns tonight. 6 for Clyde and 2 for Norwalk. Another $100 will be donated for each touchdown to Fueling the Cure, thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. Fueling the Cure is a campaign for food-based research at The Ohio State University for those afflicted with cancer. And what else do we have? I guess we have a few more sponsors to thank. Friendship Food Stores, Crown Battery, Hanneman Shadinsky Keller Funeral Home, Lodich & Sons Flooring America. Also, PT Services and Rehab, ACJ Overhead Doors, and Miller's Super Value in Clyde. For Brad Bannister and also Mike Martin, this is John Kearns saying so long from Clyde, where the Flyers win tonight 41-14 over Norwalk. And we'll talk to you next time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for listening to Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Sports Coverage on 92.1 The Wolf. Visit our website at WOHFradio.com for the dates and times of our upcoming broadcasts on 92.1 The Wolf. This has been a presentation of the BAS Sports Network.
From the Fremont Federal Credit Union studios, this is WOHF, Bellevue, Sandusky, 92.1 The Wolf.